everybody, and welcome to Sci-Fi Vision for June 29th, Talisman Transmissions. This is our From Review show tonight. If you missed our deep dive, you can still go back, of course, and restream it, but tonight's our review. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision. I have put up the interviews for Pega, who plays Fatima, and the interview with Kaylin and Nathan, who play... oh God, I just totally blanked there for a second. Marielle and Elgin. It is now up for members Survivor and above. Will be up in a little bit for everybody else. So yeah, they're both going up. And yeah, thank you if you are watching us, and we're glad to be back again. So sad that From is over though, but other than that. So hi guys, what did you think of the finale? Everybody's heard me talk about it already, but what did you think?
How'd you like it, Karen? All right, Karen.
I didn't. Sorry, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Whoop, I'm invisible, but we can hear you. Well, we could hear you. Karen.
Okay, while Karen figures out her technical difficulties, overall, I like the episode. I do have a couple gripes, which I've been griping about for a couple weeks now. So we'll get there. But like I said, most part, I like the episode. I do feel like though season 5 is going to take over the place of a couple days, like maybe 2 or 3 days. Going to be the finale. Like the final season is going to be 2 or 3 days.
Right. What about you, Karen? Now that you've appeared, what did you?
Sorry, I was having a little internet trouble. I didn't hear whether you guys liked it or not. I'm assuming you did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I have gripes,
Hello?
but overall I liked it. Now she can't hear us.
Yeah.
Did you give her your technical difficulties?
No, I can hear you. I don't know what's going on with my computer these last couple of weeks. Yeah, so I watched it twice, and as you know, the first time I watched it, I thought it was good, but not great. There were parts of it that I really liked, but the first time I watched it, I thought parts of it were kind of boring. I probably am going to get roasted by the chat right now, but I thought it was kind of meh. Part of it, I thought it was 2/3 good and 1/3 boring. And then I just rewatched it, and I did enjoy it. I think it was pretty good. I do have some frustrations like you do, and I'm interested for us to review it maybe a little more in depth over the course of the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
I will say I'm really glad that I stayed away. I watched this. I didn't even come to the watch party or engage in any chat at all about this episode. I really protected myself from theories and speculation and from leaks that were out there on the internet and stuff. And I'm glad that I watched this kind of in a vacuum and was able to just appreciate it unpolluted by leaks and things like that.
Neo, hold on real quick. Neo says, AJ, you said Story Walker on Away Riot. I did say that, but I was okay that we didn't get the story walking because I feel like we're going to get it tenfold in the final season.
Fair. I was going to say that's my main negative is that there was no story walking. I really liked it. I feel like the story really moved forward and it's really moving into, where it's headed into its end game. It actually surprising to me, this episode was very divisive because not everybody did like it. I was surprised how many people did not like it and kind of felt like you did, like part of it was boring. I don't know. To me, a lot happened. And again, so it has been this season. A lot of the answers we've gotten have been more confirmation than brand new answers, but that has not really bothered me. And I like where, as much as I don't like that it ends on a cliffhanger, I like where it ends up because I think that next season, the stakes are going to be so much higher, without the talisman, although I still think they maybe have one left. We'll talk about that, or a couple. But yeah, I don't know. I like where it went overall. The only other thing I would say, whoops, Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Jamie. Finish your only other thing.
I was just going to say, we did say that we needed to thin the cast a little bit. I think some people were not necessarily satisfied that they killed enough because it wasn't necessarily season 1 cast. I still considered Elgin and Marielle main cast, even if they weren't season 1 cast. Marielle, I said before, was not my favorite. So I was okay with that. I kind of miss Elgin. That being said, though, I found Marielle's death scene very, very emotional, regardless of how I felt about the character up until this episode. I still found it really, really sad, which is, to their acting. But I also don't know that, Nathan is necessarily gone as Elgin. I'm still hoping that Sophia may become him in some form. Maybe she'll become both of them in some form. We'll have to wait and see.
So I would just add to that, Jamie, that, I think, what is wrong with my computer? I think that, while it's called a finale for a reason, this really was a setup episode in a lot of ways. And if you were looking, I think that the creators have talked a lot about seeing season 4 and 5 as one big season kind of. And I think they wrote it together. Right. And so this is a show that, if for every small answer we get, they drop a bigger question at the same time. And I think for the devoted fans like we are and who are here tonight, that can be really rewarding. And I think for another kind of viewer, it can be really frustrating to have that drag on. And I'm going to go, the part that I found boring is Sophia. Sophia, to me, is a dud of a character, and I'm just so sick of watching her walk around acting vaguely creepy and mostly just walking around and okay, so she killed Elgin. She did have some big action tonight, killing Elgin, but in general, I'm just so bored of Sophia. And that's really those parts of the episode, I found myself looking at my phone. And then when it returned to the tunnels, then it was super tense for me.
That's interesting. I will say they did show, and we talked about this last night. They did show her put so many talismans to take so many of them. It felt like maybe we didn't need to see quite as many as we did, and it be repeated that many times to get the idea of it.
You know what though, Jamie? I think that's a good thing they did that. You know why? Because I guarantee you, there would be if they didn't show her taking all the talismans, there would be people online going, "Oh, well, she didn't take this one, so maybe that one's still there, and she didn't take this one."
Well, she didn't take all of them. She had Clara take the rest.
Clara too, yeah.
But I still think that she doesn't have all of them because
the only one she doesn't have is the one in the cave.
Yeah.
But
we can get
so
into that.
what was I going to say? Well, two things. One, I just want to say I predicted both the deaths. I'm very proud of myself. I was a little worried that Elgin wasn't going to die for a minute. I thought he was going to pussy out and fucking give in. I was very happy he died. My predictions were right for a change. And the other thing about people not liking the episode versus people liking the episode, we went through this with Lost.
Yeah.
You've got a group, you've got a certain group of people, and they're the loudest. The negativity is always the loudest. And these are people that you can't make happy no matter what. They're all over the internet. Oh, that was a terrible episode. We got no questions. We got no questions answered. And, this show it sucks. And, they just, you can't make everybody happy. I feel we got, maybe not got questions answered, but we got confirmation on things that we already suspected, which to me is an answer. Because just because we suspected something doesn't mean it's answered, So that being said, the internet, everybody talks about the internet all the time. The internet is a quarter of a fraction of who actually watches TV.
Yeah. And people do like to complain. I've said that before, but I also feel like when people care a lot about something, it makes them have stronger opinions. It feels like when they don't like it, you really find out they don't like it. And when they do like it, you really go, they do like it, because it means a lot to a lot of people. But yeah, people do like to bitch. I'm sorry. That's a big part of it.
You know what? I think you guys, I can say I didn't like I can say I didn't like this episode, and I'm not bitching, and I'm not a person who can
No,
never
not
be
you.
made happy.
No. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about. I don't think you've seen this. I read random things, and I didn't read all of things because I was just like, people need a life. Like you can. I mean, there's been plenty of things I don't like, and I am not a fan of the way a direction went with a TV show or something they did. That's that's an opinion. That's not bitching. I'm talking about the people like I'm never watching the show again because they don't know what the hell they're doing and they all suck. I'm talking about those people that are so volatile that they can't just sit down. They can't sit down and just enjoy the TV show for what it is. Because guess what? At the end of the day, this is the story of the three J's are telling, and we're just along for the ride to enjoy it or not enjoy it. I've always said if you feel so strongly about something that's that bad, stop watching it. I know I have with shows.
Yeah,
I know there's shows we've covered that, like, at some point I was like, I'm done. Walking Dead.
Some of us quit watching it.
There's so much. There's too much TV and movies out there now because of streaming and everything. There's too much that if I find something distasteful, I'm not going to waste my time anymore. If I don't like it because I can find something else, I've done it with a bunch of stuff. Being Human, Walking Dead, Mayfair Witches,
Yeah.
So
I do wonder though if people, the ones that are complaining so much, I feel like if they go back and watch the season as a whole, they may feel a little differently. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think
I'll say this. I'll say this, and we should probably get into the review.
Yeah.
Watching something week to week and binging it is two completely different experiences. We all watched Lost week to week, and I told you about the article I read today where somebody was like, "Oh, Nikki and Paulo," and they were all binge people that were like, they weren't that bad. And honestly, in my first rewatch of Lost ever, I was like, I didn't mind Nikki and Paulo as much because they really weren't around that long, but because we had it stretched over a whole season or half a season.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It does make a difference. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't, when we're saying complaining, Karen, we didn't mean you and not even the people in this
I don't
group.
mean, I don't mean,
I mean, not even the people in this group that have complained and stuff. We're talking about like,
not even Fletch, who was never watching and if he didn't get what he wanted that one week.
Or at least that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that I see all over Facebook whining and saying it's the worst show ever and all those kind of things that are just a little bit much. But
anyway,
let's see. Rusili said, I was disappointed by season 4, and that does not make me feel confident about season 5. And I'm a type of fan who was analyzing every single detail in the first 3 seasons. I did not feel the same way with season 4. Well, that's fair. No, I mean, not everybody is going to love it. And I do feel like, that being said, just to comment on this, I do think that last year had more like crazy ass answers, where this one was more, like you said, more confirmations, which to me is fine because I'm happy to know that I was right about things, even if it was things I suspected, where maybe not everybody feels that way. I don't know.
It's kind of funny because I feel like this season was just like, this was like the setup episode before the finale. Like this entire season was the setup episode for season 5.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I think that Brazil is not the first. It's not the first time not the first person to notice this. Like season 4 is maybe not the strongest season, and maybe could have been tighter if it was 7 episodes, right? Like there was a lot of like, would I like Sophia better if there were only 7 episodes and there was less of her like walking around mysteriously and more of her doing something, right? They could have. I rarely say that a season could have been shorter, and I think this could have been tighter. Season 4. Look, I'm not saying I don't like the show and I'm never going to watch it again. I think this season could have been tighter. I agree with Brazil.
Kimberly says she liked the episode, but I also think I felt a sense of mourning at the same time. I think that makes a difference too, because we all are kind of like feeling that it's getting towards the end, and
I like endings.
I don't. I want it to go on longer, but I mean, not that I want it to go on forever, but I mean, I don't like that it's ending. Kelly agreed we didn't need to see them gather all the talisman. So yeah,
The you know, I feel like that they're telling the story in the time frame they want to tell it. I feel there's been a lot of shows that we've seen who have stretched out so far that it hurt the show. And when you have a good show like this, you don't want to see that happen because the network's being greedy.
Yeah, it wasn't 20 episodes. Rusili says that I don't see was there a better way to use the 10 episodes. So yeah, maybe they didn't pace it as well this season, but
yeah, the pacing, I will agree with that. The pacing wasn't uneven this season. I mean, honestly, I was going to rate all 4 seasons. I think season 3 was probably the best season.
I do think that I've said before, I think the binging makes a big difference too, though. Watching it in one chunk or in multiple chunks makes it different. I don't like some shit that I invested in not looking at you, Game of Thrones, but it gets a little torch and pitchfork. Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody's different. They should. Okay, so he said they could have done the Sophia stuff in 3 to 4, Karen. I guess he doesn't like the Sophia. At least I think you're a he. I apologize if you're not. But yeah. All right. So let's move on to the actual going through the episode. All right. So we start off with them still in the caves. And what the heck did I? Hold on a second. I don't know why. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, what the hell is that? I have opened my interview instead of the recap. And I'm like, that is not the correct thing. Hold on a second. I got to open the right file and it might help me to actually know what I'm talking about. Hold on here. Okay. Sorry about that. So they're in the caves. They're putting the bones in as we ended up, we ended the last episode. And meanwhile, we see the above point of view of everybody trying to pull out the tree, which again, as we said, I'm not so sure that truck should have been able to pull out the tree, but that's neither here nor there. But this is their only plan, as Boyd tells Christy, but they're waiting for the signal so they can pull it up. There's some of the bones. We also here have Jade telling Tabitha that she has to go up right away. And Tabitha's like, yeah, but we have to keep the bones down here to protect the chamber. And he admits that he lied. There's nothing protecting the chamber. But she has to break the cycle. And he's like, if I told the truth, Boyd wouldn't let us do this. But you need to go. You need to save your children. And then he says, if I had to spend all those lifetimes with anyone, I'm glad it was you.
Which honestly, it's a nice sentimental moment.
It is, but
it made no sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to know first of all what you guys think about him lying and the fact that he was.
I thought it was kind of obvious he lied.
No, yes, it was, but I mean, I think he's grown a lot. That he was,
Jade has grown leaps and bounds since the first.
But I do not like that they seem in this episode to be pushing the ship. I've said that quite a bit last night. I don't like that.
I don't think that's what they were doing.
Really, I felt like they were a bit. Look, I'm not saying they're going that direction, but I think they were trying to appease.
No, I think Jade was saying goodbye. Jade thought he was going to die.
True.
Jade was sacrificing himself. He was going to keep the monsters at bay so Tabby could get away with the bones. I don't think they're shipping anything. I think it was just Jade saying goodbye.
Yeah, Jamie, you said pushing the ship. So if there's a ship out there, I'm not aware of it because I don't read about the show online, but I don't think that these writers respond to that and push a ship. I mean, it shocked me because it did feel a little like unearned. Like while I've seen these two kind of work together, I'm not sure I've seen even like genuine friendship or they don't really remember working together. And for him to say, oh, if I had to do this so many times, I'm glad it was you. I'm like, what are you talking about? You only remember doing it once. And it felt like to me, are they pushing the ship? No, to me, it was a line that was a clunky line that didn't land well. And I'm inclined to believe with AJ that he was saying goodbye and it was just poorly written and didn't land correctly to me.
I see what you're saying. I know he was saying goodbye. I just felt that it was a little sappy for Jade. It didn't feel like Jade. And I know that there is a certain group of people who are really, really into that. And I just don't want it going there, I guess, is my, my hesitation.
I don't either.
I've never heard. Yeah, I personally have never felt anything between them other than their work spouses. I mean, yeah, they are reincarnated over time of a couple originally, but Jade and Tabitha are just work colleagues,
Priscilla says Jade was just making a point of loving Tabby for centuries.
Yeah.
I guess that's the problem. Like, look, we do know that it seemed that Miranda and Tabitha were most likely a couple. That's fine. But the way that I guess the way I'm looking at it is we're supposed to believe when they have these memories that they have emotions attached to them. Like Tabitha we're supposed to believe that Tabitha to some extent feels like Victor is her son, right? I'm not saying she 100% does. I'm saying that's what they're, I think, trying to convey, that she feels something for him because of this past that happened. So I feel like when they say things like that, they're trying to say, oh, Jade feels something for her because, Christopher did or because whoever did. So yeah, maybe it's just that it didn't work. And I'm
I think you're going too deep into it because they don't actually remember each other. They remember things. They remember things of their own past, but they don't actually. Neither have had a memory from the beginning yet.
Is a point though. It doesn't mean it was genuine, just expressing memories. That's a good way to look at it. I can take it that way. I can accept it if that's the case. If he didn't say that to Tabby though, would you have thought he was right with the earthquakes? I didn't expect the earthquakes to come, so
yeah.
I was
all right. So anyway,
yeah.
All right. I want to bring up. We have a couple more. Just me says it's cheesy, but I love that line, but I didn't really think it fit because they didn't have bonding scenes, and he shouldn't have lied to her. Boyd, I understand, but Tabitha should have known the truth. That could have happened
after the fact.
I kind of feel though like Tabby might have refused to go if he had told the truth though. Just that's what I think might have happened. So I don't know. Captain Shriver said the season finale is fantastic, but I think season 5, episode 1 is going to be even better due to the fact that when night comes, they're all in trouble. Nobody's safe. I do think that it will make it higher stakes, which I appreciate. Let's see. Yeah,
right,
I don't know.
We can bring up comments as they.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. That's what that scene's about. And then up above, they start to move it with the truck and pull the tree out. And they know that they do have to be really fast because as soon as it starts to come out, it's no longer a room. As Donna said, it's like opening the window. I do like the way that Donna explained it because it helped to kind of get that explanation. Because immediately the cowboy, whoops, not far enough. Cowboy and the other ones, they are through the plastic, which I don't know that plastic should have held them out. We talked about that, but the whole duct taping the plastic maybe wasn't the best move. But now they can come in because there's nothing stopping them. That talisman, I'm assuming, is buried somewhere in the caves.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I don't remember seeing either of them grab it, so it's probably in the cave.
As far as I know, they did not grab it. And I don't see how they could have because it would have been where they're standing. The same reason they did not go out the same exit because they are there in the way. And this is where they find out. And I feel like this is an answer, okay? Because I've been asking this, is this an absolute before? We know now absolutely for sure they can't come into the light because, they avoid the light. Would it kill them? I don't know, but they definitely for sure avoid the light and don't go out in the light. So we know that, that was just something we all assumed before.
Now,
but
Jamie, do you have a picture of the roots of the tree as they're pulling it out by any chance?
There, does that help? Or you mean on the other side?
It's more of the that's more of the after fact. Let me put it to you this way: bullshit. Okay, bullshit. Somebody should have been like, hey. That is not what a tree looks like when it's getting pulled out of the ground. I mean, are you? This is my biggest gripe of the episode. Are you fucking kidding me?
The roots have to go somewhere. They're not connected to anything. They're like
they weren't connected to anything. It just went boop straight up, it was like pulling a cork out of the middle of an island.
Well, that's the way Jade described it.
This is our glowing cave. There you go. Here's our glowing fucking cave. Like, that was ridiculous.
That part I would 100%.
Like, the tree just, like, when they were pulling it out and I see the roots moving, I'm like, it's not connected to anything. How is it even still standing on its own if it's not connected? Like, that is not how a tree fucking works. Especially a tree that old. Their roots would be everywhere.
They'd be all the way down, yeah. And that's why I don't think that truck could have pulled it out in the first place. But I can suspend my disbelief. But it does make me think, though, as we're saying this, though, it's kind of like the electricity, right? I mean, it's a lot like the electricity that just went to nowhere. So maybe there's a reason for it. I mean, maybe it's...
So I guess we can pull out any tree we want.
Yeah. I don't know. I do agree with you, though. I mean, that part was unbelievable, but I didn't really, I mean, I just kind of moved on. Like, it wasn't something that bothered me, but looking at it, yeah, it does not look like roots of a tree from underneath. You are 100% right about that. But yeah, laws of physics don't really apply here. So we just have to kind of move on with that. But yeah. They look different in previous seasons when he was looking up. They kind of did.
They really did, yeah. He was looking up. They looked a lot more connected.
Partially the memory or whatever, though. Yeah, a from bottle tree apparently does work this way. Doesn't make sense, but it does. All right, so there's a shaft of light. They know they can't go up, so Jade is like, well, then we can both escape, and we're both going to go up. And they go up the ladder. And look, we knew what was going to happen with the ladder. I don't know how to say that, but Metaxox makes a good point. It is rotted. I still think there would have been more roots, but
I'm sure, and not only that, I don't remember the tree looking that decrepit originally.
All right, whatever. I'm not willing to wait 6 extra months for the season so that they can spend more time CGIing the roots of the tree. It was fine with me, and it didn't look that good.
That's true. Okay, so they go up the ladder. We knew it was going to break. It snaps and Tabby falls. Big surprise. But this is where the earthquakes start. I was not expecting that at all. Were you?
No, that was surprising.
I had no reason to expect an earthquake or an eclipse 30 seconds after the tree got pulled out.
All right, that's fair. So what do you think? Yeah, what do you think of the earthquake? What do you guys think it was? What caused it?
I think pulling the fucking tree out was a bad idea. That's what I think. I think maybe they should have listened.
Tree out was a bad idea, but you think pulling the tree out was an earthquake?
Yes.
Initially, I thought maybe it was the kids banging their fists, going, "Why did you pull out the tree?" or something. I don't know.
I mean, the boy in white. He did say, like, the tree's important. Don't pull out the tree. It would be helpful if he could be more communicative and give more information. But I guess then we wouldn't have a show, right? But I mean, if it was that important, like, he didn't really. Boy in white is a master of understatement. But he did say, "Don't pull it out," right? I didn't expect to see it, Jamie. I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed this part of this whole part of the episode was pretty good. Everything is okay, except for how the tree looked. I liked almost everything about this part of the story this week. But no, I wasn't expecting, and I wasn't expecting the earthquake, and I for damn sure wasn't expecting what happens later when red lightning shoots out of the hole.
Yeah. I was interested in you guys saying that, though, because I think most people, like myself, think that there's a good chance the boy in white caused the earthquake. I don't think the earthquake was a result of the tree. I don't think that was a bad thing. The earthquake saved them. It happened every time they were about ready to die. It knocked the monsters away. You didn't feel like that?
I don't think the boy in white has that much power. If he did, what the hell is he doing just walking around telling Victor to stop doing things?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's certain rules they have to follow. But I think it was either the boy in white or possibly the children. But it seemed to me that every time the monster was going to get to them, there was an earthquake. Like, it was too opportune to me to not have some connection.
So, Jamie, I noticed that. I felt the same way. Like, oh, here comes another, like, cave-in just in time to block the monsters. I thought that was just, like, convenient TV writing. I didn't really think the boy in white. The boy in white, I gotta agree with AJ. Like, he's done nothing for 4 seasons, and then all of a sudden he's gonna unleash these incredible earthquake-causing powers in the season 4 this episode. That to me is a little further than I'm willing to believe right now. Do I feel like there could be larger forces at work than like just the boy in white created it or Sophia created it? Like, I think there's like more, I'm going to call it magic for lack of a better word right now, but there's more like magical environment here than I think just the two of them.
If I had to pick, yeah, no, I agree, Karen. And if I had to pick, I don't think the man in white or the man in yellow is the big bad. I think he's got a boss. I think if somebody had to have done it specifically, I would put my money on the kids rather than the boy in white.
Just sometimes felt to me in this episode, and we talked a lot about this yesterday, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but like moves were made, and I know it does connect it a lot to like what we've seen with Lost, which is part of the issue, because it seemed to me that it's like, okay, there's the earthquake, and then there's like the red lightning's a retaliation, like that kind of thing. Like they're each, because they're both breaking the rules. That's kind of what I think at the end sort of decided on. But who knows? Could be completely wrong. But I just felt that it was too convenient the way it saved them each time. It was too coincidental. That's why I think it had to be all of it.
Maze kind of says it, what I'm kind of thinking here. We knew the ladder wasn't going to work, so no, the bad luck of pulling the tree out saves them from imminent death twice in the caves. Not buying it. I agree with that. Boy in white said, "Do not pull the tree out." He said, "Okay, they pulled the tree out, so I have to make earthquakes to save them."
Well, it could have been the kids. I suggested that's a possibility too, but I do think it was something that did it to save them. I don't think it was just an earthquake because the tree came out, is what I guess I'm getting at. It was a spider monster. Don't think it was the spider monster. But
in terms of, I agree with you, Jamie, that it was very convenient that the earthquake tremors happened every time, like Jade and Tabby were almost going to be attacked. But I took that to just be like the writers writing that.
Yeah, I see. I I didn't think too deeply, but I think it's the kids.
It could be
because they had the bones with them, so the kids could act collectively.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just feel like either way, somebody did something, regardless of who. Yes, we said that. And then also Drax, the man, says there's no way the truck was going to pull down the tree. Also, with the chain attached 20 feet in the air, it seems like root towers would have been risen instead of digging into the ground. Yeah, again, physics were not the strong suit here.
I want to answer Code Knox's comment. How did Sophia know the ladder wasn't going to work? You might have missed it, but she cut the rope when they were building the rope ladder. She had a knife and she was cutting the rope. That's why it broke, and that's how she knew. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, Fletch.
There's Fletch. And yes, let me put his up so people know what I'm talking about. We had literal dolls turn into giant dolls in the show, but pulling a tree with a truck is where it's the limit. Yes, because that is, I've said this for years. We can have supernatural shows and everything, but when there's certain things that are based in reality and are always going to be the same no matter what, yes, those are the things that annoy me.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to say is while they're having this cave-in, I don't know whether they didn't know about another exit or the cave-in revealed another exit, but I did think it was funny when Jade's like, son of a bitch, like now they have a new way out. Because they clearly didn't come out the way they went in. They couldn't. The monsters were there. So leave them a new exit.
I just want to hit with Code. She, in case it got moved, I guess. She didn't know. I mean, I guess she didn't know it was definitely going to work, but just in case. Let's cover all our bases.
Yeah. All right. So then we have it getting dark. And see, this is kind of why I thought it was like, okay, that happens now. The man in yellow makes it get dark. Yes, you're probably right, Lucas, and that's a good way to describe it.
Oh yeah, the earthquake absolutely cracked open their other exit.
Yeah. 15 XBX didn't like it. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so it's dark. This is where all the mayhem starts to go down. And the people up top are in just as much danger, if not more, than Tabitha and Jade.
This is where the first person in the episode should have died. In case anybody doesn't know, I'm talking about Patty. I would have thrown her at the monsters. God, she's annoying.
I was annoyed. I agree.
I mean, I think I wondered, why would you, of all the people in the town, you're choosing your crew for this, why do you choose like the deeply traumatized and unstable Patty and leave certain other people back at the right? Like, not everybody didn't go down. Like, some people stayed home. Patty, like, why would you even choose Patty for this critical mission? She's still wounded. She's still healing. She's deeply, deeply traumatized.
Mm-hmm. Haha, Jamie's right. Papa Sock says, you guys are wrong. Jamie is right. There we go. Think something intervened to say Jamie.
We're not disputing that something might have helped them, but we were saying it's not the boy in white. The boy in white makes no sense.
All right, maybe power shifting to the dark side, but the good side was still protecting Jade and Tabitha. Yeah. We don't really know what it was, is, the biggest thing. Let's see. Also, Fatima built a mud monster for what? I feel like the Golem is like the story walking. We never got enough this season to explain. I think the Golem's done, though. Do you guys really think we're going to see it again? I know a lot of people think it's going to connect with Fatima and whatever happens to her, but
I think we're going to see it again. Not sure what capacity, but I do think it's going to come into play at some point. Chekhov's gun.
I do not. I think it was a story that went nowhere. We can talk a little. I have some more thoughts about Fatima's journey, which I can talk about when we come to that part of the episode. But I think the Golem is like something that didn't pay off. We've seen this. I mean,
as Scarlett would say, it's a nothing burger. That's what I think it was, and I think it's just done.
I mean, we've seen this group of writers do this before. We've seen it in a lot of shows where there are a lot of, sometimes you have a story thread that just doesn't go anywhere. And that's one of them. It's deeply unsatisfying to me. But we had several teases that went nowhere. So I'm putting the Golem up with the Lake of Tears and the Story Walking, 3 things that were like introduced and made into a big deal. And then nothing happened this season with them. 2 out of 3 will probably come back, but I think the Golem is just, was just a function of Fatima wanting to feel like she was able to control something somehow. And in the end, like, the only thing she was able to control was her own demise. Yeah. If it was her demise, which we'll talk about later, what happened to her.
I don't know that. I do want to bring this up, though. I like that idea. I wonder if it opened the door in Colony House. And I'm not going to keep going on. I am annoyed at the door because I feel like the door was there and they didn't go through it. I think it's saved for season 5. They've got to come out that door, right? I feel like at some point they have to. I think it's blocked or locked from the opposite side. Could the earthquake have opened it even? That's a good point I had not thought of. But unfortunately, that was not something that we got to see this season, which stinks because that irritated me. And yes, what was I going to say? May says, couldn't say I wouldn't be a Patty under those circumstances. Probably just throw myself down the hole. I liked Patty up until this episode, right? Like, I was so annoyed at her. So it turns dark. Everybody has to disperse whether they want to or not. At least finally Boyd does listen and is willing to leave them there because he knows, Christy is like, if you don't leave, everybody's going to die. Like, it's not just going to be them. So while they're trying to figure out what to do, he does decide to leave. We have this little bit with Victor and Kenny at the earthquake where Victor's like, why did you not listen to me? And we're all like, why did you not listen to him? Right? Or at least I felt like I was like, they should have listened. Let's see. So she gets him to leave. He shoots some of the people, and then Patty decides to stand. I get Patty in this scene that she was just kind of in shock and didn't move. That part I didn't really blame her for. It was what happened later in the truck that was annoying as shit, right? Or at least I didn't. This part didn't bother me. I don't know. Did this part bother you? Because if you were that bothered by Patty,
everything about Patty in this episode bothers
when she starts
like she's just. I get she's in shock, but I just like, and maybe I'll yell at Boyd too. Just throw her in the fucking van. Like, pick her ass up, toss her in, be like, listen, either get in the van or stay here and die. Pick one.
I mean, Patty's not wrong that it's dark and we better get out of here, right? Like, Boyd was like,
yeah, but she wasn't getting out of there.
Sort of in shock, I think, right now. He wasn't moving. So they do manage to get in the truck. Whoops, why they're going down in the cave. I just want to put this though. 15 SBX 65 is asking why the monster started running at the truck because the monsters never run. That's not entirely true. We saw Smiley run. They don't normally run.
It depends on what their motivation is at the moment. A lot of times it's just to be creepy and annoying.
Yeah. It was funny though. I don't know, did they hit it or run over it? I wasn't sure. I was hoping they ran over it because it made it more funny. But yeah, Patty was I guess Alyssa was more annoyed inside the van. So I agree. May said, look at the impact she had on people. She deserves a pat in the back for acting. I do think she acted this scene well. I do not think it was the actress. It was.
Oh yeah, no.
The annoyance.
The actress did a great job of making Patty annoying.
I like really wish Boyd would have slapped her in the face. I know he can't do that and they wouldn't have done that. But if it was me, I would have wanted to be like, get out if you're going to act like that and cause us to get hurt, Yes, it was sort of strange humor. I feel like that. So yeah. Whoops. Tabitha told, did you do that or did I do that?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I didn't do anything.
We trying to take off. I think when you tried to
I tapped something else. Okay.
Tap the other one.
I see. So she does try to kill herself though in this scene. She's kind of had it, and that's how the window ends up blown out. And it's like, now you ruined the safety of the truck. Thanks for that. So yeah. And I believe it was Dave last night though, pointed out that I think she was this was going on in counterpoint to Acosta to show kind of her reaction to it, maybe. Yeah, I don't know that we needed it, but it makes sense. What just happened? Wait, hold on. My monitor just went wiggy there for a second. Sorry. All right. So then back in the clinic here, we have Marielle and Fatima. Fatima thinks she's being too calm, and she, asks her about it. She's like, "Oh, I'm not calm. You can't run outside." Because Fatima still immediately is ready to run outside. So she doesn't listen to anything Marielle says. But she does have a point that nobody will tell her what's wrong. And, because she says something like, in your condition, right, that she shouldn't be going out. So she never does find out either. That's the one thing I was noticing is that she never even finds out, because that's whenever she, sees Smiley.
I mean, she knows. I think she knows deep down inside. She has said before, "Am I turning into one of them?" And everybody's like, "No, surely no." I think she knows deep down inside.
No, I think she does too, especially when she screams and screeches or whatever. I guess just my point was that she doesn't ever get anybody admitting it to her, because there isn't, time with what happens.
Karen, Dieter's staring at us.
Dieter's.
Dieter.
Why?
I don't know.
Maybe that's a blow.
I do think that Fatima's lived there too long to be so I'm going out there. She knows the danger and what that means. And I guess she's so super worried about Ellis, right? That she's going to run out there despite it being meaning certain death.
Yeah. The looking means Fletcher was right. We know Fletcher was right.
Listen, I told him we're not there yet, but I told him on Discord, told him two things. Even a broken clock's right twice a day, and he has so many friggin' theories. One of them had to turn out to be right eventually.
to be fair, he has had that theory for a long time.
No, he
I
has.
know
All
for a
joking
long
aside,
time, like, oh
but
no, she's not.
we're not there yet. So
Yeah, no, we're not.
What theory that she was going to turn into a monster?
Yes, he has had that.
He's been saying that since last season.
I don't recall ever saying that was not possible.
No, but he was saying it like before the point
But-
was
Season
we
3,
started
he was saying.
He was saying it
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Okay, well, whatever. I mean, to be fair, I'm a person that every time one of you says I'm right, I put it right up on the screen. So, Fletcher, you are totally entitled to your moment there.
Yeah, he showed us. He's had clues going back to season 1. So I credit where it's credit's due. In season 5, the truck vehicle will have plastic over the windows, sealing it for the monsters as long as the talisman's there. That's a good point.
Yeah.
They'll do the same thing they did for the cave. Fair enough. I guess she didn't ruin the truck then. So maybe I'll give Patty a little bit of a pass. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. All right. So Fatima feels or sees rather what Smiley is seeing. I mean, obviously this was foreshadowed he was coming because she said earlier in the season, I feel like he's going to come down or whatever she said that day. Yeah, she sees him coming and she warns Marielle, but she is unable to help because the talisman is missing and they have to find it, and they eventually do, but she doesn't get it up in time. So she
AJ has these little things that annoy him about like reality and the tree or whatever. I was annoyed that like Mariel can't reach the talisman under this piece of furniture, and Fatima's just looking out the window saying, "Hurry, hurry!" And I was like, maybe if you help her, yes,
maybe if you walk around the other side where you can actually walk over and just lean over. I thought the same thing, but I was going to bring that up.
Why don't you help her get the talisman instead of just like
and not for nothing, she's doing one of these TV things where she's like, I can't reach it, but she's not actually stretching her arm all the way out.
Yeah, they had to have a last second.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys think though she was going to not get it up in time? I don't know whether I really thought that or not, but
I absolutely thought that because I predicted she was going to die this week.
Oh, so you figured it wouldn't. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I expected her to die also. I mean, mostly it made me think again about like, what are the rules with these talismans? Like, why does it have to be hanging on the wall? Why does it have to be in a certain spot on the wall? Why, like,
we don't know.
Like,
because ritual matters the way you do it as much as what you do.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not asking you to answer the question. I'm saying these are questions that I have as I'm watching the show. I'm not asking you to give me some answer that I think exists.
All right.
I'm watching it like I expected Mariel to die this week also. So mostly I was like, I don't really get it with the talisman. Like why and how did they and how did these guys learn the rules?
Yeah, yes, I would like to see that. There had to be a lot of people dying to figure out the rules, right?
Yeah, right.
It was assumption on their part because I'm sure there was trial and error because Boyd survived in that little cave that night with all the talismans around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Maybe they should make a spear or weapon out of the bones and try that on the monsters. If the bones have purpose and are somehow magical, I mean, I don't know that that's the answer, but it's an interesting thought to try it.
But they're not. Jade said he lied.
No, he said he lied that they wouldn't protect him in the chamber. That doesn't mean that the bones don't have purpose.
Yeah.
At least I feel that way. I mean,
he believes the bones have a purpose. He just doesn't know what it is or what to do with them. And he lied that he knew what to do with them because, right? Otherwise, Boyd wouldn't let him go down there.
Right. That's what I think he lied about, that they would, like, specifically that they would protect them, not that they couldn't use them for something. So, yeah. All right. So the thing that it did seem to me she hung it up in time, but apparently it was more of like a mime hanging up because it didn't work.
Yeah, but the door wasn't closed all the way either, was it, at that point? Like, she really didn't have it hanging.
Maybe not. I thought the door was closed. Yeah. Now, the one thing I had questioned, and this is one of the things I asked Peg about, and you guys can hear what she had to say in the interview. I think and question that if she had actually listened to Marielle before and maybe learned to understand this connection, maybe she could have actually saved her, because she's like 5 seconds too late, right? Like, she does stop Smiley, but it's I mean, it's not like it doesn't matter because he's already sliced her open. But if she had only like screamed 5 seconds previous, maybe it would have turned
seriously.
out different. So,
and you stopped him before, so why didn't you try sooner?
I know. I don't know. I mean, you could say it was shock, but it seemed the first time with Kenny like it was natural reaction. So, yeah, I don't know. That's why I asked if you thought about that, because I was curious.
I mean, I don't know. It to me, it's clear what was going on here was that Smiley was testing out the connection, right? Like he came in here and did this in order to, I thought, test the connection with Fatima.
Oh, really? I didn't think he realized what was going on yet.
Yeah, that's why he went. Yes, he knew when he was up on top of the bus trying to get Kenny, and Fatima, like, could see it, and he knew last episode when
That's
Fatima
right.
like screamed
he had the same
and pushed his. Let me finish. He knew when she pushed his change back, right? He knew, and then he comes in and he does it, and he goes, interesting, and leaves. I thought it was very clear that he'd come in and specifically came after Fatima and did this to test Fatima's reaction and what she would do, and to feel that connection and get more information on what it meant.
Interesting.
I thought it was funny when he came in. He was like, "Hi, Mom."
Hi, Mom. No, I did. I mean, I didn't think about it that way. Now that you say that, I can see it could have been that way, because you're right. I was forgetting that she said that like he feels the connection the other way, so he had to have known that she was.
He absolutely knew, especially when he was on the
No,
bus.
I know. I was forgetting that she said that, but I didn't feel like he was testing it. I mean, I just felt like he.
Well, then why did he say, interesting? Like he was seeking information.
Well, no, I definitely thought he thought it was interesting, but I didn't know that he like did it specifically to figure it out, I guess is what I'm saying. Like I didn't see it that way, but now that you say that, it makes sense. So anyway, my point is she should have screamed sooner. I feel like she could have screamed sooner and like hesitated is how I took it. But either way, it doesn't matter because poor Marielle there has already been sliced across stomach. But yes, he does say mother, which is funny. So yeah, she's a goner. Then Fatima screams completely like a banshee or whatever, like a monster, which she did not do last time. But yeah, it does seem that whatever this is that she can do, that she's definitely controlling him, stopping him. Because I definitely don't think when he said interesting, it wasn't just like, oh, that's interesting that you're becoming us. It's like, oh, that's interesting that you affected me is how I take it. Unless you think differently.
I think her scream is what he was saying interesting. Like he already knows she can affect. He already knows that. But that scream that she just gave off, I think that's what he was like, interesting.
Yeah, I think he's like, interesting, your transformation has advanced. And which I think is like I think that's why Man in Yellow / Sophia had her like gave her the blood. Like I think drinking Sophia's blood accelerated the transformation or was a catalyst for that transformation.
Yes,
right?
I think you're right. I think it accelerated it.
Yeah, but I don't think that the monsters necessarily know that that's what Sophia is doing. Like I don't think that they knew that it had been pushed forward so much.
Yeah, and that's why he's like, oh, interesting. It's been pushed forward. It's advanced. Yeah.
Either way, she does scream like them, and it scares Marielle at first. She's not,
But
at first
the interesting thing is,
she does let her try to help.
Sophia gives the blood to advance her transformation, but it backfires on her because she helps them get away because she's transformed into a monster, but she's still helping our people.
Okay, but I mean, I think the goal with the transformation was not about like, let me make sure that they can't be helped that day. Like, this is more about the transformation. I mean, I don't know. I think it's more about breaking Boyd and breaking them and fracturing the town, right?
I think it's going to break Elgin more than anybody.
Too late for that.
Too late.
Or not, I'm sorry, not Elgin, Ellis.
I knew what you meant.
I misspoke.
Yeah. Fletcher, I just want to point this out. I know we talked about this before. It does help explain why there are more creatures than it seems like maybe there should have been. I mean, we don't know for sure, but it does seem to be the explanation that makes sense of how there are more of the creatures. But yeah, Mariel's scared, but she eventually does let her help her because she doesn't really have a choice. And she's just like, get Christy. And they come in as this is happening, and they see Smiley come out, and they know that something happened. To answer you, Lucas, it's just that was kind of what was theorized at the beginning, because there were I don't know if it's 12, whatever, that there were so many parents to the kids. Like there seemed to be more monsters than there should be if you go by just parents of the children.
Yeah, I haven't really like followed that theory or bought it. It's not a. I haven't followed it. It's not a top.
I need more information next season before with Fatima still seeming like she's a quote unquote she's a good monster.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll talk about this more when we get to it, but just I think and hope that she's more than just now she's a monster at the end where she's gone. Because to me, her becoming a monster and being bad is like boring. I want to see her use that still to her advantage.
I think she's some kind of hybrid, because I don't think this is normal.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know this has happened before. I mean, I say that that's why there's more monsters, but we don't. Again, that's another assumption. Maybe it hasn't gone quite in this way before, or maybe because she has more humanity than whoever it happened to before. Maybe they couldn't fight it and she can. We don't know. But like I said, I don't think it's just she's gone, because that's boring. I don't see that happening.
Gone because we have 10 episodes and we don't have time for this baloney with her any longer. I think her story arc is ended. I think she chose. We're going to talk about it later. I think she chose her sacrifice, and that just as Elgin chose his sacrifice in this episode, and those two are done.
You could be right. I just hope not, because I feel like that's boring. Because we all even if Fletcher saw it way ahead of time, we all have known for a handful of episodes that this was likely happening. So I feel like that's kind of the boring out. Although she still could be more like Kimono Woman or something. We really still don't know if she's just a monster, right?
Too many freaking people. There's too many people. Let her be dead, man.
Sorry, Fletch, go get a calculator, because 8 times 2 is not 14.
Yes, you're right. 8 times 2 isn't 14.
And I'm not telling you the answer. Figure it out.
All right.
Right along.
Yeah. Like I said, I think this whole scene was really heartbreaking, even if I didn't love Marielle. The two of them acted their asses off in these scenes. I think it's maybe even especially Chloe, but really they both did. They did, yeah.
I'm a person who last week said I thought, we predicted Marielle would die, and I said I wouldn't really mind. Her character wasn't doing anything, and nobody listens to her. And if we got to lose somebody, lose her. And I'm okay with the fact that this character is gone, but it was really heartbreaking and really well done. And they made me really feel the loss of this character in a way I always haven't. And the town hasn't necessarily always really shown that they react to when a character goes, and I think this will really reverberate.
Yeah.
It was done very well. All right. So then we have this storyline here. Oops, I lost my recap. We have the storyline with Elgin and Sophia. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure
basically what happens here is she says, "So do you accept my deal?" And he's like, I don't know. I accepted a deal before and it didn't quite work out the way I thought it would. And she just keeps nagging at him. And finally she's like, "All right, are you accepting the deal or not?" And he's like, "No." And she kills him.
She is like, don't look at Clara. He tries to look at Clara. I like this a lot. This, that he actually, stood to his beliefs and didn't give in. I do think a lot of it is because of what happened so far, that he listened to the voices and it turned out bad. And now he has learned his lesson. Because I feel like, I said this last night, I feel like part of him refusing to do it is also about him refusing to throw the other people under the bus to get a deal. I don't think it's just about,
right. I agree with that.
I think that he's yeah, I think that he's learned to some extent, and I think that he's a good person, and he's not willing
And Clara's
to
not.
do what Clara did, and Clara is not. Exactly. Yeah.
I think he knows it's a lie. He knows it's a lie.
I would hope so by now.
I would think he would, but I'm just saying, I think also he's not willing to do that to them.
Well, to do what? We don't know what she asked him to do to them. We don't know what that is. Like you're saying,
well,
do that to them.
Clara's willing to do anything. Do what? I don't know. I mean, Clara seems to be willing to do anything to get to go home. You're right. Yeah. Maybe Elgin realizes it's a lie, but I do question, and we talked about this. Do you guys think it is completely a lie, though? Because I think about the fact maybe it's like a sort of lie. Like the man in yellow told, at least if my theory's right, I think the man in yellow is specifically what offered them the deal, the townspeople. We don't 100% know that, but so said you can live forever. Or that's what they wanted, right? So they made a deal to live forever. They're living forever, not in the way they wanted. You know, it's kind of like the monkey's paw, but they're living forever.
So Man in Yellow is like a genie.
Yeah.
You got to be really careful what you ask for, because you get what you asked for, but not the way you think.
Okay, but Jamie, where are you going with this with Elgin?
Well, I'm saying maybe she really would have let them go home, but not the way they think. No. I kind of questioned. Let me finish. I wonder if it's kind of like the Henry thing, like they'll think they're out, but they're not really out. So it's like not like it's like a trick. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter. Elgin is not willing to sacrifice them for himself, is kind of where I'm getting at, I think, is the whole point of why part of why he doesn't do it. It's not just that he doesn't believe her. I don't think. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jamie, that's part of it. I mean, I don't know if his motivation. I mean, we see him return to his faith, or not that he ever left his faith, but he falls back on his faith in this moment. And I feel there's a little bit of Elgin that, like, he understands now he's like confronting the face of true evil, or what he feels like is a true kind of evil, that he is gonna like fall, like he turns to his faith in God to like protect him in this moment, which Sophia scoffs at. And you know, he relies on his faith at the end and dies. He almost, okay, not in the sense of like he almost like martyrs himself, right?
Yes.
And I think, yeah, he I think loyalty to the group is not the, I think that's part of it. I'm not sure that I personally feel that that's like his main motivating factor here, but it's definitely a factor here, is how I feel. If others maybe feel if you feel that's his main factor here is not to betray other people. I mean, he did basically betray Fatima, kind of threw Fatima under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But he thought he was helping everybody with that. Whereas with this, it's like, you get to go home if you take my deal. We don't know what the deal is. But I think it's a little different, because he thought he was saving everybody for the price of one person.
Yeah. I do think it's his faith too. I'm not, diminishing that a lot of it's his faith.
Yeah.
Well,
the first time he was doing it for everyone, but he was scammed. This time he knows she's evil. He told Julie that he's optimistic about the good in people. And I feel like he's proving it here.
Yeah.
I think he made up for the stupidity of last week. I feel like.
Yeah. I like Kimberly's comment here. I think Elgin could be pivotal in season 5, since he died with faith. He didn't go along with Men in Yellow, and he knew he would die a godly person, and I think he'll be a guide. I agree. I could see Elgin appearing to Sarah, maybe. Like Boyd's got Khatri, and Jade has
Tom.
I could see Elgin popping up for somebody. And I feel like it would make sense that it would be Sarah too.
Yeah. So I should say here that this is one of the scenes that didn't really work for me. The first time I watched this episode, I felt like Elgin's story ended not with a bang, but with a literal whimper, with him whimpering. And then the second time I watched it, I found the part of Elgin's death much more powerful. This particular scene doesn't work for me because I just don't find Sophia scary enough. Like, she's kind of psycho, but the Man in Yellow is so more compelling and so much scarier, like in the persona of the Man in Yellow. In the body of Sophia, I find this character way less scary and mostly just weirdly annoying. And so it doesn't really work for me that much that they are so terrified of her that I just have to like, I guess I have to
I do
imagine and accept the fact that she emanates like evil so much that they're moved. She doesn't scare me the way the man.
I do think Elgin should have tried to run.
And I lost you.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I do think he should have tried to run before he did. He could have tried to knock Claire down before he realized what she was. He could have tried to knock Sophia down, and didn't. But you know, it's a moot point. Reed says, I think the teeth he takes from people is how he can change into people. My theories have always been wrong though. Well, we talked about that before, and I still think that she's going to change into Elgin at some point. I think she's not going to tell people he died. I think she's going to become him. And whether we see Sophia again or not, I don't know, because we kind of talked, you know, maybe they'll say something happened to Sophia. It'll just be him and Clara later. Because yes, she says, you know, get rid of the body, but that doesn't mean that Elgin is gone, right? It just means the real Elgin is gone. So I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, I think that this was I did enjoy the death scene. I mean, in the sense of it was a good death scene. I didn't want him to die, but what did you think about how she killed him? Because I'm not even sure what she did when she killed him. Let's see. We couldn't hear everything you said, Karen.
I was trying to say that I felt that this scene didn't really work for me that much up until the part where she kills Elgin. But when she's talking to Elgin, and saying, "Don't look at her, look at me," and blah blah, it didn't really work for me because I just don't find Sophia that scary. Like this character in the body of the man in yellow is so much scarier and so much more like charismatic. And in the body of Sophia, I just find this character more annoying than scary. And so Elgin is trying to look real intimidated. And she's like, "Don't look at him." She just feels like annoying school marm. And I'm just not scared of her the way I am of the man, the other body. And so it didn't really work for me. I thought Elgin did a good job, and the actor who plays Elgin, I thought did a good job. I forget his name, of like appearing terrified and praying there at the end. But this was part that I found was kind of boring and too long because I'm just not scared of her.
Sure. Did you feel that way though, AJ? Because I feel like I didn't, and I mean, you know, I really didn't feel like that. I like Sophia. I like Man in Yellow too, but I don't dislike Sophia.
I agree that things are much more menacing coming from the Man in Yellow than from Sophia. I mean, she's still dangerous. She just killed Elgin by holding his hands.
Yeah, I think she's terrifying. That was my question though too. How do you guys think she did kill him? Because it wasn't super clear. I guess she just.
I have no idea.
Death stare. I don't know. I just was curious.
Yeah, death stare took his essence. I don't know.
I mean, I speculated early in the season. I thought she could kill with her touch, and then I was like, she didn't touch she didn't really do that to the preacher in the way I thought I saw it. I was wrong. You guys pointed out, but she I thought she was able to kill him with her touch and her will. I wonder if the unpopping of the cork has intensified her ability in some way.
You know, to be fair, I know you feel like Sophia just walks around town and doesn't do anything, but that's kind of the point. She's unassuming. Like, you see the Man in Yellow walking around, you might give him a side eye.
I get that part, but when she's trying to be scary, I'm not scared of her. She's not literally terrifying if I'm not terrified. Sorry. She's not even remotely scary to me. And I don't really see her being that scary. Like, why? I mean, Elgin, like, okay, yeah, you should be scared because you just realize that she's like she's an evil force among you. But to me, Kimono Lady's scarier than she is. Like, I just don't.
Kimono Lady is definitely scary looking.
Right? She just doesn't work for me. She just is like an annoying weirdo. I'm not terrified. I'm not scared. When she comes on the screen, I want to look at my phone.
All right.
You shouldn't look at your phone at all when watching Lost.
I know,
Or,
and that's right.
I make Damon put his phone down.
Aaron, put your damn phone down.
And I gotta say, I resent you guys in the chat saying like I'm deliberately not scared. That I'm not scared. Okay, I can have a different opinion than you. I cannot be scared of her, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you've kind of felt
I
that
get what
way.
you're saying.
Yeah,
You felt like that since the beginning, and I get what you're saying, and I mostly agree with you. But I think I just look at her differently because she's supposed to be honest, not the same type of scary. I mean, when you compare her to Doug, yeah. Yeah,
I understand the difference between moving about, being furtive, and she's trying to play a part of a little innocent girl. Like, I understand that part. That part's not supposed to be scary. When she's trying to be scary, I'm not scared. For me, I think she's not well cast. Other people love her. It's fine.
I think Alyssa's got it put well. She's creepy, but she's not scary.
Thank you. 100%. That's how I feel.
Taxox said Elgin didn't sell anyone with a false promise. He redeemed himself. I agree. Kimberly was asking for clarification. Oh no, I thought she was asking for clarification. What if the Sophia Man in Yellow changes into Elgin, but Spirit Elgin comes to Sarah, so Sarah realizes that the Man in Yellow is a shapeshifter? That would be cool.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I like that. That would be cool. All right, let's see. Can anyone explain why the talisman worked when Boyd found them, but it had an opening in the cave and the monsters backed off, and now you have to be in a closed area to use them? Because they considered that enclosed area he was in enclosed. I agree the vines aren't really enclosed, but apparently it was considered enclosed. Because that has been a thing from the beginning, that it has to be closed in. That's why Randall, like, he has talisman. They're like, that doesn't work. It does, so it has to be a closed room. And that's why Donna said when they took the tree out, it was like opening the window, right? Like, it's not sealed anymore. So that's why they explained it that way. Elgin's heart was always in the right place. Finally, yes. No, it was. He just, I don't know. Last week, he did make a dumb mistake. And at least this week, he sort of redeemed himself.
He's so naive. He's just a naive lost little fawn in the woods who naively walks to the hunter's gun.
You have to remember, he's supposed to be a teenager. Doc says, I think Julie Doyle plays Sophia. He does come across more like a malicious nuisance than a terrifying menace, even though she's often people.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it too.
Fair, yeah.
Malicious nuisance.
Doc, where you been?
I like Sophia. I have from the beginning. I know you don't. I do, but we don't both have to.
I was complaining about Sophia a lot in the beginning. I was happy when she finally started doing something.
I hated her first, huh?
Come on, children. All right.
Meanwhile, Jamie's the youngest.
Yeah, I am. God, I'm 44 now. I want to be 44.
Oh, you poor baby.
I can't believe
a baby.
All right. So, what do you guys think about the fact that the light, the sunlight comes up right now? Do you think it's just like a coincidental timing, or we kind of talked about is this a move? Is it because Elgin died?
Listen, I don't know why there was an eclipse. All right, so I don't know why it's light out now. Eclipse is over.
You're suggesting, Jamie, could the timing be tied to okay, now that I've completed my evil, I don't need the darkness anymore?
I'm honestly not sure why, but as we talked about it, some people thought that Elgin dying was triggered it to come back. And like I said, we talked about kind of like the Man in Yellow versus the Boy in White's moves and things. I don't know that it was necessarily because Elgin died just then, but it was highly coincidental.
Yes, I will agree with that. Whether it's connected or not, I do agree that Elgin's death did seem to bring the light back on. What is it, a coincidence? Is it mean something? I don't know.
But I also think what they set out to do is done too, right? They scared the shit out of him with the monsters and they killed a couple people. It's like any other night. Now it's whatever comes next.
Yeah, I did think that the monsters appeared to be surprised that an earthquake was happening, right? Like the monster creatures in the cave seemed to be kind of taken by surprise by the earthquake. We don't know, if they were surprised by the eclipse or they just were taking advantage of it. I don't know, but you're right, Jamie. The timing is very convenient. I don't know if it was meant to be that way or it's the confines of an hour or night, whatever, how many minutes this was. They only had so much time to like put it all in, right? Because the pacing was so bad, it had to all happen in one episode.
Yeah, I like this, the attack socks. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It says the way Sophia killed Elgin, she was absorbing his soul. That actually kind of makes sense. That's why I said I'm like not sure exactly what she did, but that actually makes sense in a way. Like that's why I said death stare. I didn't know how else to explain what she did, but that's
Although if she were to absorb, I mean, I like that interpretation a lot, but if you subscribe to the theory that dead people's souls are trapped in Frumville, and like Jim's the poltergeist because his soul is there, and Katri's soul is there, and all, then Sophia absorbing his soul would be a really sad ending for Elgin, worse than everybody else, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I like what Doc said here. This season's also the first season we see from the villain's POV, and I feel like that detracts from the scare factor, which I think he's right.
Yeah. He also said that he thinks the man in yellow should have been revealed by the season finale. Should have been revealed by the. Okay. You mean that the man in yellow is there? Yeah, yes. I kind of wish they hadn't like right away said Sophia was there. I would have preferred that to be something that was held out and
that Sophia shows up and you have to notice her acting creepy and figure it out.
Yeah, I think that could have been better. I mean, I guess it depends how it played out, but
that's an interesting comment, Doc. And I think that's the first. Is it Doc? Whoever said this
Doc
is the first season we've had from the villain's POV. It's true. We see so much of what Sophia's doing, and I my list of things that. I wish somebody would have figured out who Sophia was or at least had an inkling. Okay, so
they did.
Yes,
Elgin figured it out.
Elgin, he didn't really. I mean, he kind of figured. He's like, this picture looks like you. Like, he. And she's like, yeah, it is me. I guess I was looking forward to a more like somebody being like, has anybody noticed how creepy and weird she is? I think she's up to something. I think she's like that kind of thing. I was looking forward to happening this season, and it never happened, right? And so now maybe it'll happen next season. I would be kind of bummed if Spirit Elgin comes to Sarah and says, hey, by the way, Sophia's the man in yellow. She's evil. Watch out for her. Like that. I don't
think it's going to happen like that.
Good, because that would rob us from being able to see a character do something smart and figure it out, right?
Yeah, that I don't think is going to happen because of that.
Yeah. Good. I could see, though, Elgin coming to Sarah and her figuring it out and realizing it's not really him. That could happen. That's more like what you're saying, but also in a way that it would.
Like if she takes Elgin's body and like walks around and pretends she's Elgin, and Sarah would figure it out.
Yeah,
because there's no relationship as close as torturer and torturee. Mm-hmm. She would know right away. Yeah, I could see that. Like that would be interesting.
Yeah. All right. So Elgin has his death.
Poor Elgin.
Poor Elgin. And make sure you guys, if you haven't, that you watch the interview with the ones who played Marielle and Elgin. Good to hear them talk about their death scenes. So she tells Clara, get rid of the body.
This was a hilarious scene. This was hilarious. She says, get rid of the body. And Clara says, how do I do that? And Sophia goes, not my problem.
Figure it out, girl. Figure it out. And this is where she first takes the talisman that we see, which unfortunately was spoiled in an official photo from the official.
Really?
Not this particular one, but there was a picture of her touching the talisman like she was going to take it that they posted on Instagram. I think it was. I wish they'd quit doing that. Thankfully, I think
Aaron and I
people
don't
weren't
watch
looking
any
as much. I
trailers
know.
or anything.
Yeah, people weren't looking as much now, so I don't think as many people were spoiled. But I'm just saying, I did see that. Yes, Susie, I did. It's because I just put it up. It's not quite up yet. Right now, it's up if you are Survivor member or above. You can watch it. Otherwise, it'll be up before midnight. So you may not see it yet. I'm not sure. I don't know which membership level you are. I'd have to look. Maybe in the next season he takes Elgin form and someone finds the body. Well, that's
Could
why
be why she said. Could be why she said
to
to
get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether she does a good job getting rid of it, we don't know.
I mean, he's not a small man for her to have to drag. And I mean, what's she gonna, yeah.
And this is where Scarlett starts saying she's going to make Elgin burgers. She better not.
That's the special in the diner next Friday night.
No.
Elgin is a nothing burger.
No, poor Elgin. No. All right. Then we have the scene with Henry again. We kind of, I guess, part of, and I wonder if this is sort of part of people's complaints too. Like you said, the first time you found it boring, and that I kind of wonder a lot of the things that happened in this finale. I really enjoyed them, but they were really predictable. Like Fatima, like this. We knew this was coming, right? Like this wasn't like a big shock. I still really enjoyed it, but I think we all kind of predicted this was on the way.
I was slightly disappointed, but we'll get to that when it gets a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a scene, it's a scene where he's like, how can this be real? It like, you know, he says, how can this be real? He said more than once now, I think, how can this be real? And no one in the town has said, like, I mean, Henry is not the first person to posit that it's all a dream and it's not real, right? I mean, Abby said the same thing when she was shooting a bunch of people. Like, it's not really real. It doesn't matter if I shoot them. Like, nobody catches on that nobody says, Henry, a lot of people have said that it's never true, or no one catches on that this could be a red flag, that the last person who thought they were having a dream killed a bunch of people, right?
Yeah. Which
makes me wonder, well, I don't want to get into Abby. Let's not talk about Abby, except that happened, right?
Yeah. I'm just surprised it's 2 in 1 cycle, but yeah.
Henry's been like giving off a lot of red flags, but I used to like Henry, and I really came to really dislike Henry by the end of the season because he's such a self-pitying whiner in these last, right?
Yeah. You kind of at first feel bad for him, and like I get how much it upset him knowing what happened to Miranda, but I mean, look at Victor, the shit he's gone through, and it's like he's not there for Victor, right? So yeah, I agree. I like him less than I did at the beginning. I love this scene though, Donna's part in it, when he finds the bullets and Donna's like, oh yeah, he had a gun in his lunchbox. Like she's so nonchalant.
Boyd took it away from him.
Boyd took it away, which is why Boyd was not careful with where he put the gun, because he's hid the bullets. He thinks all the bullets are hidden. Why or how Victor kept bullets is another thing. But yeah, as he remembers in his flashback, he remembers the other Victor saying that the dream or whatever will provide you what you need to accomplish it. So he thinks that now the bullets magically appear. It's a sign for him to kill Victor. I do hope that after all this goes down, he realizes it was bullshit, because it's like, if the dream provided it, then it would have worked, right? Like it wouldn't have backfired the way it did. So hopefully now he knows it's bullshit, but we'll see. All right. She's like, go talk to Victor.
And then he says, oh, I'm just going to finish cleaning up here first, which I feel like is another red flag that Donna's not picking up on, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. So then Boyd comes back to the clinic to see how everybody got back. I'm not sure. He was in, I guess, the other car, so that's why he ended up in a different spot. So he went to Colony House, and then he came here, and he can tell from Randall that something has happened, and then goes in and he finds out about Mariel. And there's also this part where Fatima tells Ellis how Smiley just smiled and then left, which we already knew, but she tells him. And here is, Maida says this is Maida. I don't know. That's what, instead of trying to say the X's, we'll just call you Mita. How's that? This was the
Jamie,
first time.
I could be wrong, but I think her name's just Mita XOXO, like hugs and kisses.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that. Okay, I'm done. I was first time I started to look at Donna differently. Donna was too helpful with Henry. I think she wasn't suspicious, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Code Knox says Donna was right by Jim when Mananiel was on the phone and she was trying to stop Jim. She never said a thing. Well, she said something to Jim, right? She just didn't really push it.
She didn't,
yeah.
Broadcast it.
Yes. Reed had asked, what about the Christie overalls? The first time she had them on, it's the same overalls from Fred's story Walker had on the book in the Grand Gulagog. I have seen people post this. I've also seen people post that the mechanic monster has the same overalls. I think she wear this like the shirt with this uniform like in the pilot, or was it something different?
I mean, that's her paramedic shirt that she's been wearing.
Yeah,
forever.
She's had the shirt on a lot.
Yeah, I think she maybe she had other things on with it, so you didn't notice it. But yeah, it's a paramedic outfit. It might be a jumpsuit now, I guess, but it's still a paramedic thing. Yeah, we said earlier this was so emotional, and I think Boyd coming in and it made it even more so. I really did enjoy the scene in the sense that they all acted the hell out of it, and it was really powerful, I think. So I don't know. Code Knox says she didn't. I don't know. To me, it just looks like a paramedic outfit.
No, I don't think Code Knox on with the shirt. I think it's the overalls or the jumpsuit or whatever that.
Yeah, I was just talking about the paramedic shirt. I wasn't talking about the jumpsuit.
Oh, here she doesn't have it on. I thought she had the jumpsuit on. Okay, I apologize. This is just a paramedic shirt then. But as for the jumpsuit, it still, I think, was a paramedic jumpsuit though, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
all I know is the post that she made on Instagram or Twitter that everybody was talking about. That explains why all the blood.
Yes.
This was the last day of shooting.
Yes. So she is definitely covered in it. All right. And then that tree is so short. Like, I did not know that tree was so small. I guess, like,
I don't think it always was.
Was it? I don't know. They never really showed the top of it, I don't think.
Perspective.
Yeah.
And the lightning comes out from the ground into the sky, and we get this storm. Which
nobody expected that, right? That was maybe one of the most hugely shocking things that happened.
Well, unless you watched the trailer, but nobody suspected it.
The trailer?
I guess because Jen had said something about it last week, and I'm pretty sure she had said from the trailer.
Lightning.
I didn't watch it.
Oh my God, marketing people are the worst. Why would you put that in the trailer?
This is why you guys need to stop watching these trailers for good.
We don't.
So,
we don't.
No, I know. No, I'm talking to the chat. I'm saying
everybody else. Yeah. Just say no to trailers.
This apparently, as I said last night, I haven't really looked enough into it, but red lightning is actually a phenomenon that's real. I don't think it looks anything like this.
I also don't think it comes from the ground.
I think from what I remember reading, I think it said that it does appear to go up instead of down or something. But it has to do with the atmospheric conditions. But this is definitely something different. I still, regardless of anything, I think they ripped off Stranger Things special effects. And I kind of wish they would have done it differently or done something differently, because that's all I could think the whole time was it looked like Stranger Things. Did you not think that through a lot of it?
No,
I didn't
not
know.
at all.
Now that you say it, I probably won't be able to unsee it.
It's like the Lost music, right?
Yes.
Yeah, red sprites. That's what they're called, red sprites.
Oh, I've heard of red sprites. That's what that is.
Yeah. From the little bit I read, though, you don't see it very often, even when it happens. So, like, you wouldn't see all these red bolts everywhere, white bolts.
Oh, only if you lived in an evil dimension.
Yeah. All right. So everybody sees it as it's going on here.
That was some crazy shit.
No, we were talking about like what was the point of the storm? Was it just so people were distracted why Sophia stole more talisman? Because I questioned, I'm the one who questioned like what the point of the storm was, because nothing actually happens from the storm. Like there's no fallout from the storm. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't do anything. Excuse me. It seemed to more be like I'm trying to scare you to me. Like it didn't really do anything. If that makes sense. I mean,
it kind of like, I don't know. It kind of depends on maybe the origin of it. Like, is it part of the overall effort to terrify and destabilize everyone? I don't know.
The effects might yet to have been revealed.
It's hard. I don't know if I want to speculate on it because I would just totally be like blindly guessing, right? I have no idea.
Yeah.
But you're right. It didn't the lightning didn't hit anybody and it didn't destroy any buildings. It just kind of shot out of the sky. I feel like the boy in white, his powers, such as they are, he's not as powerful as Man in Yellow. I think he's limited. His abilities are constrained or limited. He seems much more having to talk and convince people than actually do anything, right?
He's like Yoda.
Yeah, right?
Pull the tree out, you shall not.
So, like, was the lightning him? I don't really think so, but I'd be like, if somebody had a good theory, I could,
Well, I figured the rocks were the boy in white, the darkness, the eclipse was the Man in Yellow, and then this, I wasn't sure.
I don't think it necessarily had to be either one of them doing anything. There's more going on here than those two.
The place has its own like natural.
All right. If Fletch is still listening, he's gonna love this. Think of it like a chessboard, okay? I think that the Man in Yellow and the boy in white are probably the queens, maybe like a rook or a knight. They're higher up pieces. They're not pawns, but they're also not the big bad or the big good.
See, I think the Man in Yellow is the big bad. Do we really have time to introduce a whole new villain? Like,
yes, the spider villain.
No, like just general evil. I don't know. Do I think another evil person is going to show up? No. To me, that doesn't preclude the possibility of a greater evil at work here.
All right.
But I don't know. I'm making shit up because I have no idea any more than anybody else.
The storm and the earthquakes, could they be a third party? I don't know. I mean, we talked about this a lot, obviously, last night, but I think that the thing is we don't really have a definitive answer.
The town itself could be alive in a way and is fighting back, or whatever. Like, I don't think the Man in Yellow. I don't think the Man in Yellow.
What?
I don't think the Man in Yellow sat there and went, "Okay, nobody's looking. Lightning!" like.
Yeah, well, that's why I said maybe the town's like, "You took my tree, damn it, put it back. I will give you lightning." No, I mean,
like in the way that the island in Lost was a special place with certain conditions and things that happened there, that it wasn't like any person was in power. It just was like natural things.
I think the most important thing we actually learned this season is that everything's ritual and has to be done a certain way.
Yeah, that was huge.
And it came from Sophia.
Yeah.
I just did that to poke at you, Karen.
I know you did. I'm used to it. After 20 years, I'm used to it. Anyway, I kind of enjoyed this scene where everybody comes out and looks at the lightning and is like, what the hell is going on? Actually, the the major benefit of this lightning and this eclipse was later in the episode when Boyd is like, we just made the sky. What, like, who knows what the fuck that's all about? That means anyway. He says something like that, right? Like Boyd loses his shit later in the episode because of this phenomenon, which is kind of hilarious.
Yes. I just want to.
I know what he said. Boyd goes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll hold my.
Sorry, no, I was just maybe the boy White isn't as powerful because he lost so many times. I think it may be a game, but we'll talk more about that when we get to the last scene. Sorry, go ahead, Karen. I did it right when you.
Nope. I'm gonna hold my tongue. Please go ahead.
Actually, hold on 1 second, real quick. Susie's schooling everybody about electricity in the comments. Susie, we pulled out a fucking tree with no roots, so forget about the science.
Well, sometimes it's interesting to look for the science.
No. Everything Susie's posting is very interesting.
AJ, you're the person that when they break rules of things that are supposed to be real, it annoys the hell out of you.
So the lightning has some basis in reality.
Yes. Right. No, everything Susie's been putting is very interesting.
Yeah. All right. So this is when the van gets back. And Donna's like, where's Tabitha? And Acosta's like, we don't know. We didn't hear from her. And this whole scene was also very heartbreaking. They're like, they both realize their mother has not come home and assume that she is dead. And then we kind of talked about, like, is this going to make Julie want a story walk or is this going to make Julie not want a story walk?
Absolutely will.
Really, because I would think she would not want to leave Ethan after this, after she just promised she wouldn't.
I know,
maybe she takes Ethan with her.
Yeah,
not
but
not the story walk, but to the thingy.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 2 story walks specifically because she held on to Ethan and it didn't work before, so I don't think she.
But
can.
we know she story walks again at least one time.
Yeah. This is true, but I would think for a while she may be like not, at least until they see their mother again and find out she's alive.
I don't think she's going to wait that long. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see her story walk in the first episode next season.
I mean, this is a very frustrating thing for the viewers that they have held on to really since it was the end of season 3 when they kind of made a huge deal about it, right? And she does it. And then we see one little bit this season. And I mean, they freaking better have her story walk in episode 1 or 2, because they've been withholding this from us for so long.
You know what? I will say one thing, though. I do appreciate their reasoning for it. Like, at least, we're annoyed because that's what we want to see. Because I feel like, and this is probably why they're not doing it yet, because I feel like story walking potentially gives answers to things that we have no other way of knowing.
Yeah.
But herself, between Randall and her questioning herself, explains why she hasn't been story walking at least. So I do appreciate that.
I mean, story walking potentially is endgame, so I get it, but it's very frustrating. And they've given us nothing, nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why we haven't gotten it, because it is endgame. Especially since I really think that the 10 episodes next season are going to take place over 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
But Jamie, it was heartbreaking. Our little Ethan was so upset, and in no small part because he's seeing Victor's prediction is coming true, kind of, that he would be left alone, right?
And that's why I'm saying I would wonder that would stop Julie from going, at least for a while.
I don't know. You got to remember that Julie is 17 and impulsive, right? And she might now I have to save our mom. Now we've lost our mom and our dad.
Now I got to save mom too. Yeah.
I got to do something.
Yeah. I don't know. There's more about her taking talisman. This.
So that was a little. How do you guys feel about taking the talismans? I felt a little bit it feels a little bit like cheating, like the easy way out. I thought Sophia's plan was to turn them all against each other and have them really destroy each other, and then there would be a massacre. But it seems like she's taking the most direct route, take all the talismans and then the monsters can massacre them tonight. And it seems like she's taking a shortcut. the easy way out. Like if she enjoys their pain and torture so much, like what? Like are you now? There's been an earthquake and fireworks, and you're like, shit, I gotta now go directly to the end. Do not pass. I'm mixing my metaphors.
I actually have an answer to that to your question. Well, I may not. Well, at least my own thoughts. I don't think it's so much to kill everybody, but it's gonna drive everybody crazy. It's gonna scare the shit out of them, and they're all gonna be running around going, "Oh my god, what do we do?" Because remember, the monsters don't have to kill people. I mean, the monsters could just walk in and be like, "What you gonna do now?" and just terrorize people. I mean, look what they did to Boyd. They didn't kill Boyd. Their goal has never been specifically to kill people. Do they kill people? Yeah, absolutely. But it's never been.
We don't know what their goal has been, or if they're controlled by Sophia.
What I'm saying is they don't have to kill. It's not like they're ravenous monsters that can't control themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Anyway, but to me, I felt like, oh, now she's going to like. Now she's like, gonna take all these, and I'm like, wait, what is she doing? This is like she could have done this the first day, right? Like
I think they foreshadowed it that first day, and I missed it.
It wasn't her stage of the plan wasn't at that point yet.
It wasn't, but I mean, I think that they foreshadowed this when she picked it up earlier in the season, because I remember everybody's like, she can touch the talismans, and like nobody thought maybe she's gonna. I know Dave did, but most people didn't think maybe she's gonna take the talismans. So that's interesting. I also like Code Knox. Maybe the creatures and the people are all the same to her. She might look at them the same. Don't know. He also said Julie didn't mourn. She immediately thought to protect Ethan. She did. I did think that Julie did a good job in this scene. As I said last night, I think she's a better mother than Tabitha, but I don't want to get.
I honestly said.
I don't want to get in a fight with Karen.
I honestly thought as soon as that shit went down like that, I thought she was like, "Screw this, I'm story walking." Like I thought she was going right to the ruins at that moment.
Nah,
But instead, she consoled her brother.
Why is she a better mother? Because she consoled him when her mother died? I mean,
no, because she's not taking off. No, Karen, I'm half joking. I'm just saying that like she's doing the right thing was my point.
Well, we don't know. We've only seen. It's only been like we only saw what happens in the immediate minutes after that. You don't know that she's doing the right. You don't know what she's doing.
Well, she's supposed to be trying to help Ethan and saying she's not going to leave him. You're right. That doesn't mean she's
in the first 5 minutes after they knew their mother was dead. She
has abandoned them quite a few times to go try to save them.
She hasn't abandoned. She didn't abandon them. She told them she was leaving.
She still left. Okay, but
why? And why? That's not abandonment.
It's not okay. It's not abandonment, but she still left them regardless. I don't
to save them. She left them to save them.
But like I said, there's something to be said for surviving with them too.
But there's no chance that they will survive. Endgame is everyone dies. There is no surviving with them. There is no surviving with them. It's just prolonging until you all die.
I don't know. We can agree to disagree about Tabitha, I think.
How about this? How about people stop saying that Tabitha is abandoning them when she's trying to save an entire fucking town because she's a reincarnated woman who didn't want to sacrifice her original child 200 years ago or whatever the fuck it's been. Like, I don't know why everybody gets so caught up on this. She's not, and like Karen said, she's not abandoning them. She said, listen, I'm going in the caves to get the bones to save everyone. You know, I really hope that this show ends. I really hope this show ends with Tabitha saving everyone so everybody can shut the fuck up about it.
Okay. I probably should have called it abandonment. You're right. But she did leave them, is my point. And I don't think that's the correct choice. And you're not going to convince me otherwise, but I'm just saying that I don't know that she should.
And that's fine. We don't have to agree on that. But everybody's on the Tabby hate train. That she's such a terrible mother, and it's like, you know what? I want to see what any one of you would do in this situation, especially if you thought that you were the key to solving everything.
Jamie, you better not ever say that Henry is a good father, or I will never.
I don't think anybody in this town is a very good parent, to be fair. But I just like to tease you. But Look, yeah, I don't know. I've never loved Tabitha to begin with. Tabitha is one of my least favorite characters. I know that a lot of people don't like Tabitha, and some people don't dislike Tabitha. So yeah, but I'm more or less just goading you, and I shouldn't. I'm sorry. I think it's funny when we disagree, but yeah.
I know you're goading us so people will click like on the live stream.
No more. That's why I said, be nice, children. I'm doing it too. All right. So back to Tabitha can eat my shorts. Yes. All right. So back to Henry, who is definitely not a good father. I agree with you there.
Okay, thank you, Tribal. Or Abby, who was about to shoot her own son before
Boyd. Yeah, Abby wasn't a good. I said I don't think anybody in this town's a good parent. To be fair, I'm not a parent, so I'm probably not the right person to ask either. But I don't think any of them are good parents. Yeah. So Henry is looking for the gun. And I think it's so funny when Kenny comes in though, and he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for Victor. Did you see the lightning outside? I gotta go." Is essentially what he does, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was good. I'm surprised Kenny didn't really, seem to see anything was wrong, but it's Kenny, so we don't know. All right, and then what is it? Oh, it's a gramophone. I didn't notice that before. Okay, so this is where, part of where Julie talks to Ethan, which we already talked about, but also where Donna tries to talk to him before stuff starts happening. Now, when I watched this, I, for whatever reason, was thinking this was back in the Matthews house again. It is not. They are in Colony House. So I'm not sure why it's happening there compared to their house. I mean, I think it's more maybe the Matthews family. Is this Jim? I don't know. But yeah, all the cabinets are, going a little wacky. I think that it was whenever they were saying Tabitha and Jade were dead. And it was like kind of a like, no, she's not dead type of thing. Or at least that's kind of how I felt like it played. Like, don't give up, I don't know. What do you think? Comments, concerns.
Do I think it's Jim? I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I think.
I think it's Jim.
I mean, who else is it going to be? Who else can it be?
I think it's Jim simply because the first time it happened in the Matthews house, and now it happens again with his children in the room.
Yeah.
So, I mean, am I right? I don't know yet. But I think it's kind of
as far as we know, nobody else has experienced this like poltergeist type activity, right? So yeah, it does seem to be. Oh my god, are you guys watching this soccer game? This is really very exciting.
No,
no, you're not. Jill says, "Whoops."
Oh, I didn't realize you were doing something. Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, I was just saying, a plate to the head would injure you. It's not Jim. A poltergeist doesn't necessarily have control over their actions. So, I mean, he could be like trying to communicate and not, he could injure somebody and not mean to. I'm not saying it is Jim, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Trebale says it's warning about Donna.
Oh, yeah.
Donna was present. Donna wasn't present, though, in the Matthews house.
No, she wasn't.
But I mean, I got to try to, I don't remember what the exact conversation was that was happening at that time that it happened before. Like, it's there seems to be some theories that Donna is like maybe not wholly the same as she used to be since her stroke, and is she wholly trustworthy right now? And like, could it be Jim? Both times it's happened, Donna was present. Donna was there the first time. Really? I'd have to go back and look. I'm going to take your word for it now.
It was definitely just Matthews.
At any rate, I think it's kind of intriguing. Like, do you think right now it's a warning about Donna? Has Donna changed since her like heart attack? Not a stroke. She had a heart attack, right?
Or is she a mole? Which I think is more probably what they're getting at, because a lot of people think she's the mole, which I still don't. But
I don't.
Donna was sweeping up the dishes. Whoops, the wrong what? I'll get it eventually. She was. I didn't think anybody was in the house.
Maybe after the fact.
Yeah, I thought it was just that they rushed in. Maybe I'm wrong. I definitely would have to go back and watch it. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, don't think Jim's throwing plates at his children though. We didn't mean that. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, this is where Julie's like, I won't leave you.
I just Googled it. Donna was not in the Matthews house when this paranormal event occurred. Tabitha and the children were at home alone when they heard a noise, found a stew pot spilled on the floor, and watched the kitchen cabinets repeatedly opening and slamming shut. Donna was not present.
Yeah. Granted, that is Google AI. I'm guessing that said that, but I don't think she was. I'd have to completely go back, but I don't think.
All right. Well, whatever. Well, we don't need to like litigate this right now. It's an interesting theory that this could be a warning about Donna, or it could have just been a message like, "Don't give up, don't give up." Let's right.
Yeah. Or maybe Ethan has.
That's how I took it.
I'm wondering if maybe Ethan or Julie are like doing it. I hadn't thought that till like now, but it kind of made me wonder. Like Ethan and Julie were there both times. Couldn't they have done it and not realize they're doing it? As opposed to a ghost. Like we're all assuming it's a ghost, but what if it's like psychokinesis or something?
It's an interesting idea, Jamie. Personally, I don't think that's the show we're watching.
I'm not sure what the show is that we're watching anymore.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that theory out there that it could be.
Yeah, I hear you. I personally don't think that normal humans having like ESP type powers is it could be a thing. Who knows what we're watching? But to me, I think that's a less likely explanation. To me, I think a ghost is more likely than telekinesis. I can't believe I just said that statement.
A ghost is more likely than telekinesis. That's right.
Yes.
When that took place, I felt like it was a don't give up. Like somebody was trying to, whether it's Jim or not, like somebody was saying don't give up, because it was a pretty forlorn part there where Ethan was just like,
I'm going to be alone. Everybody's going to die. I'll be here alone. I'm not. Yeah.
Maybe. No, I do not saying I really think it is that. I'm just saying I thought of it while I was watching it. But this is where Julie says she won't leave Ethan alone and promises him like his mother did. Anyway, regardless, I really like this scene. And I think Simon especially did such a good job in this scene. Like when he was like, couldn't quite talk, like he was sort of trying to get it out and couldn't. I don't know. I think he did a really good job. I found this scene very emotional too.
You know, Jamie, you just made me think about this idea of like, would Julie leave him to Story Oak? Would she take him? And you said, wow, Morocco just won. Julie saying like, I won't leave you alone. You know, that could be interpreted like, I'll make sure you're not left here alone forever. It doesn't necessarily mean I won't leave you alone for a day or a few hours or a week while I story walk. Like that could mean like, I won't leave you alone forever. Doesn't mean I will never leave your side.
True, but it makes me worried that her story walking, though, if something happens to her, she knows she's having seizures, that if she dies, Ethan has nobody. So I was assuming.
I think she takes Ethan with her. She goes and says, Randall, I don't care how you feel. Come on, you're coming with me.
Yeah, but she held Ethan's hand before when she story walked and she disappeared.
I'm not saying no. Okay, no, Jamie, I'm not saying take him with her literally. I mean that he's at the ruins while she's convulsing on the ground.
Feel like she abandoned them. Okay, I get that. That makes sense.
I didn't mean literal.
Okay, no, I thought you guys were saying take him in the story walking.
No.
Doc Green, we have a second Doc, says, my prediction is next season Mananiel wins and everyone dies except Ethan, who has to be there alone. Then wait 10 years and do a new series. By then, Ethan will be all screwed up his victories now. I'm hoping some of that's joking. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like this cycle has to be different. Like, or why are we watching? I've said that before. Like, I don't think they're going to kill everybody off and then have a season of new characters. Like, I just can't see that happening.
Okay, there's not going to be a season of new characters. I said this before. I can see an ending where a step closer to ending the cycle, but not ending it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna, or it could end with Ethan all alone, but I don't think they're gonna do that now. If they do that. Yeah. All right. So then this is where, okay, so Kenny is talking to Boyd about what happened. And then, you know, this is where he says that Victor was right. And I think this is part of where you were saying, why does no one leave behind notes or documents or anything? I've wondered this before. The only thing they have is that journal Jade
Man in
found.
Yellow burned him.
Maybe. Write it down, people. Write it down. Real life Ethan going to be older than Victor before these showrunners get I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe the new people in the next cycle would find Jade's Wall of Crazy and be able to like get a head start.
Maybe.
All right. I want to set a record straight. I just rewatched the scene. Donna is in Elgin's room when the Matthews are in their house and the cabinets are going bing, bang, boom.
Okay.
All right.
Just rewatch the scene.
All
yeah,
right,
and
cool.
it's late at night. It's after Sophia shows up and everything. Like it's towards the end of the episode.
Yeah. All right. So this is where I think this was the conversation you might have been talking about earlier, Karen. Acosta here is like, we can't just leave the bones. You told everybody they were going to save us. Like, you got to do something. We got to go get them. And Boyd says, well, even if we don't know what to do with them. Only Jade and Tabitha did. And they're talking about they have survived. And Acosta doesn't want to give up, but Boyd doesn't know what to do. And this is where he says, we just made the sun go down and tore a hole, in the sky with lightning, and who knows what it means. Isn't that what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, except he screams, who the fuck even knows what that means?
Yeah. Boyd drops the F-bomb
and I was like, Boyd, you are all of us watching this episode.
You know what, though? I wanted to reach in the screen and smack Boyd upside the head, though. Because he goes, Victor told us not to do it. Maybe we should listen to him. You think, asshole?
You should have, Victor, or you should have, Boyd. Hi, Scarlett.
Hey, Scarlett's here.
Yes, hello. Yes, I agree with you there. He should have listened to Victor, but he didn't.
Yeah, but I guess to your point, he's got a lot of nerve. Now he's like, oh, what? We should listen to Victor. Well,
we can't do it now, yeah.
But Boyd, you're the one who wouldn't listen to Victor.
Mm-hmm. All right. So either way, they are interrupted because Sarah there hears the Morse code and knows that Jade and Tabitha are not dead. If it's really them, they're assuming it is. They're able to contact them, and we find out when we see the other side of this that the battery dies right when they're doing it. So they're not able to do it for very long, but at least they have contacted them. But from their point of view, they're kind of like, even if they hurt us, they have to find us. So
I love that Sarah was like, shut up, everyone.
Yeah. Sarah's like, listen to me for once. Thank you for subscribing. Get new subscribers. Please make sure you guys do like the video and subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision if you have not. And I did not remember to put the link in the chat here. Let me do that right now. If you're not a member of our Discord, please make sure you join because you can get our schedule. We have Fandom access tomorrow with Lestat and Star City, House of the Dragon. Is there something else or is that it? I feel like there's another one. That's it. Okay. That's tomorrow at 10 Eastern. And then Thursday at 9, we have a watch party for Widow's Bay. And then at 11, we have our finale deep dive. We had to move it twice.
I thought you
No, because we were, but the one week I went to the wedding, we had to move it. And then last week we moved it because I went on Tony's show and it was the only day we could do. So it changed. Scarlett and I went on Tony's show, I should say. So, and yeah, if you guys want to listen to that, you can watch Tony Teflon too. So yeah, that's Thursday. So we still got stuff coming up. So make sure you join our Discord to get our schedule, interviews, all those fun stuff. Yeah. Smiley dressed up as Santa. I'd like to see that, Scarlett. Does Man in Yellow stop eating people if you listen to Victor? Do the creatures stop coming if you listen to Victor? Do you just drive out of time if you listen to Victor? Okay, so Victor doesn't know everything, but I do think a lot of things probably would not have happened if they had listened to Victor.
Well, I mean, one particular,
yeah. In this instance, they should have listened to Victor.
There's been a couple times they should have listened to Victor. Nothing as bad as this happened, but
yeah.
I mean, the guy's only been there for 40 years by himself.
Yeah, you're going out, AJ.
I said Victor's been there for 40 years. He's seen shit.
He's seen some shit, like the wheelbarrow.
I mean, in this case, Victor didn't say it's my opinion. He said it's like the boy in white's opinion. That was
He said, "Don't do it." He didn't say, "I don't think you should do it." He said, "Don't do it."
Well, he said the boy in white told me. Like he didn't.
No,
even
I
say,
know.
Like,
He's
just,
like,
just
"Don't do
Victor's like, you know.
Yeah, no, I know.
And you know what annoyed me is he's in fucking white. Does anybody seen ever a Western? The guy with the white hat's the good guy. The guy with the black hat, hat, is the bad guy.
Well, it's a yellow hat. It's not a black hat. So, you know, there's that.
But my point is, they were like, well, we don't know anything about the boy in yellow. He could be, or the boy in yellow, the boy in white. He could, you know, it's like, really, people.
The boy in white's helped you guys, though, right? Like, the boy in white helped you not die to get away from the storm or whatever before Boyd. Well, he did end up down in a well, but, you know.
True.
All right. So now we have them stuck in the cell, which I just now finally got. I was laughing last night because I don't know why. Like, I was thinking, like, why, you know, what exactly, like, I knew what it was from the Ancui kids being there, but I was like, why were they in cells? Duh, because they like were keeping them there before they sacrificed them, Jamie. So that was my dumb moment. But they're not able to get past to the rest of the cave because of these bars. So they have to figure out how to get out. So they're going to try to dig and see if they can dig under them. And then there's like a little bit where Tabitha thanks him for what he did because she does recognize that he was selfless and tried to save her. And then they're bringing Marielle's body out and putting it in the wheelbarrow. And that's why I said the wheelbarrow has seen some shit. Every body they put in that thing and take it to the church, right? We always see the same wheelbarrow.
I don't know where they're going to put her because Boyd says the cemetery is full. So we'll see.
Maybe they'll burn her.
Well, right now they're just taking her to the church.
I know, but
probably won't even have time to bury her because season 5 ain't going to last that many days.
Well, will she end up like Tilly though, and we'll never hear what happens to her? Let's hope not.
Well, that's fine. I don't really. I like. To me, I don't get it. I don't really care what happened to Tilly. I don't really need to know what happened.
I know you don't. All right. So, I lost where I was. Okay. So, Christy and Randall head off to the church with the body, and then meanwhile, Boyd feed her to the coal. I don't think that's going to happen, but why not? Sure. All right. So Boyd comes in and tells Ellis and Fatima that he is going down into the caves. He is going to find Tabitha and Jade. And I do appreciate the Fatima's like, how do we know that's really them? But Ellis also makes a good point. If you go down there and they're hurt, how are you going to carry them? I have to go with you, which I don't know necessarily had to be him, but somebody has to go with Boyd. But
about time Ellis did something.
What?
It's about time Ellis did something.
Very fair. And Fatima's like, well, I'm going to because I can feel when they're coming. I sense Smiley.
And I love how Boyd is like, wait, what? Like Boyd was not. Nobody told Boyd this part up until now.
Yeah. She's like, I sensed him before I saw him, so I can warn you before they come. I wanted to ask you guys how you felt about this because one of the things I had, and we didn't really go too deep into this, but it kind of bothered me a little bit that I understand why she's becoming one, but it kind of really quickly jumped from I can feel Smiley to apparently I can feel every other monster and never told anybody. Like, she never said she could feel the other monsters. I don't know if she's just guessing or, I mean, we end up knowing she can, but like why she said that, because she never said it before. Like this is, I guess, new, or they just didn't explain it right before. I don't know. This kind of, to me, was a little bit of it was missing an explanation somewhere in there. And maybe you don't feel like that. I was just curious if you did, because that was my immediate thought of like, wait, how can you feel them? I thought you could only feel Smiley. You only have a connection with Smiley. And yes, it leads to her turning into one, but she never exhibited this before, I guess is my point.
Well,
it could be bad writing because we've only ever seen her feel Smiley. Maybe she could have felt any of them, but Smiley was the one she always had to control because he was going to kill Kenny, and she had to stop that, and then the primal mother scream. Yeah, it might just be bad writing that they didn't articulate it.
Well, and also there's not usually just one coming. They usually all come out together, right? So like when she feels him, like when has he ever really come just by himself? This time he did, right? But like generally speaking, like could she have just meant them when she says him? I mean, I think it's just like
it's just something that wasn't explained. Like I said, I understand and it makes sense. I just feel like there should have been a mention of it before now. And it just was kind of one of those ones that irritated me a little bit.
I don't think it necessarily was the case. I think this is a developing ability that has been changing rapidly since she drank the blood. And I think maybe really she couldn't feel that. Maybe she could only feel him and now she feels them.
Yeah, I just think because she didn't say anything, that it feels like a little bit of a leap, I guess.
Okay, but how can she explain it when she doesn't understand it?
No. But I what I'm saying is I feel like they should have had her say something like, it's gotten stronger. I can feel them, or just something like that. Like it doesn't have to be a long explanation. I'm just saying that to me, her going from I can feel Smiley to can feel all of them, there was no explanation. Now she's turning into him, so it totally makes sense she can. I just wanted to, it felt like a leap to me. I don't know. I think it's just the way it was written. Okay. I'm just saying that
I didn't even really notice it until you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
We all have different pet peeves.
No, yeah, I just wondered if anybody felt it. I don't think anybody necessarily did. It was something that I questioned. I do though, like Scarlett's, why didn't they bring tools? They don't bring anything but a flashlight. No shovels, no weapons, just a flashlight.
Well, weapons are useless.
Yes, but they should have at least brought shovels if they're going into the cave and there was cave-ins. Like, I think they knew there was sort of a cave-in with the
yes. That's a fair comment. Why didn't they bring tools?
Yeah.
Because they ran off half-cocked, as they always do.
True.
This is not a plan. This is like a reaction.
It is. Yeah. It is. Lucas says maybe all the monsters have a connection with each other. They probably do. And I know some people last night suggested hive mind. I'm just saying I would have liked them to have explained it a little better. That's all. Yeah. Well, we don't know if they have a totem with them. They don't have a totem with them. I was thinking of talisman, not totem. They, of course, don't have a totem with them. All right. So either way, Boyd realizes they're right because he can help him if they need help, and Fatima can help protect them. So Boyd agrees to let them go. And hey, at least this time he told them before he just took off, right? So there's that too. But they're going to go down into the cave and
rescue their friends.
Rescue the friends, yeah. She's taking more talismans.
Boring.
What?
Boring.
Oh, that she's taking. I didn't know what you meant. I see what you mean now. I just was confused.
Every moment she's on the screen.
Yeah. All right. So here is Henry with the gun. He's snuck it in. Came to talk to Victor. And I thought this scene was really sad where Victor's, like I ruined it, by telling you that what happened. And Victor's just like, no, you didn't, because it wasn't real. Yeah, it's sad. Victor finally has his father, but he doesn't have a father. Again, his father is not a good father. And he even says, whenever he yells at him, you were supposed to protect me.
I teased you about that, but is he not a good father?
No, he isn't. He isn't.
No, let me finish my sentence. Is he not a good father, or is he just a broken man? Right? Like, he is a broken man and has been since he lost his wife and children, right? Like he's not just there are people that are just bad parents, and there are people who are broken, and he can't parent Victor, right? And also Victor's a 50-year-old man that 10-year-old in a 50-year-old body, right? Like I gave you a hard time about Henry, and that you shouldn't say he was a good father, and he's not, but I do have I think
It
he's a
isn't completely
self-pitying.
his fault, but that doesn't make him a good father.
Yes,
How's
I
that?
think he's a self-pitying, cowardly loser, but I do have a degree of sympathy for him.
Yeah, no, I have some sympathy for him. I just have more sympathy for Victor because Victor finally got his father back, but his father doesn't act like his father. I guess.
I agree.
Well, let's. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let's think about this for a second. Henry hasn't been a father for 40 years.
No, he hasn't.
He's been sitting alone drinking because he lost his entire family. They just vanished. He had no idea where they were, and he's been in Fromville for less than a week.
True.
Yeah, I think he behaves abominably here, but I do have a little bit of sympathy for him. But I'm not gonna say he's a good father. He's not being a good father. Obviously, good fathers don't attempt to kill their children. But he's kind of broken. But yeah, I have a little sympathy, but I think he's mostly a self-pitying coward.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, he's always like, where, I lost my family. My life was so hard, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. Your life wasn't as hard as Victor's.
Yeah, very true. I like Connects is like Victor drinks with underage girls. We were joking about that before. He did give her alcohol. I'm sure if there was an earthquake, that golem would have fallen through the flood of the attic and start right on a red shirt. The golem should have fallen. But we've talked about that before. I don't think that's going to happen probably, but it should. It would be funny. But either way, Henry thinks it's not real. And I did, like I said, I did think it was really sad when Victor's like, you said you'd protect me or something to that effect, says that.
Do you guys think, like, I kind of feel like there's a level at which Henry believing it's not real is like taking the easy way out, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, I don't know. I've never had my mind fucked with by an evil entity, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, I hear you, AJ, but I mean, are you saying that you agree with his actions, or
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I said I don't know because I've never had an evil entity fuck with my brain.
Yeah,
I think it was a little premature that he was actually going to go through with it. Yeah. Sorry, everybody's going to hate me in a minute, so continue with the scene.
Okay, I just completely lost what I was going to say. It went bye-bye, but oh well. I'll probably remember soon. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't think it's real. He's going to shoot Victor to try to wake up. And then Ethan walks in. I mean, a lot of people predicted this because then he turns the gun to Ethan, and that's what pushes Victor.
What? People predicted what? That Ethan would walk in the door.
Ethan would walk in, yeah. And that it would make Victor, act, which it did. Because Victor really didn't do anything but sit there until this happened because it pushed him into it.
I mean, it was a matter of, it's not like he sat there for 20 minutes watching his father wave the gun around. It was only momentary.
Yeah. No, you're right. It was. I'm just saying that people did predict this. But the thing is when he points the gun at Ethan, Victor reacts very quickly, and he actually punches his father in the face, knocking the gun away, which surprised me. Like, I figured that he would go after the gun, but he like slugged him right in the face. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I guess good on Victor, but
go ahead, Karen. Go first.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have some thoughts, but I want to ask a question first. Who did anybody think?
Think what?
That gun would go off? Like,
I thought Ethan might get shot. I didn't think Ethan would be dead, but I thought he might get shot.
I agree with you. I thought there was a chance in that moment that gun. I was surprised the gun didn't at least go off and miss Ethan, or that Ethan didn't get winged by it and get shot but not die or whatever. I was surprised that I mean, Henry got off kind of easy with really no consequences from waving that gun around if it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we don't know what Victor's going to do though, or who's going to find out. Or, I mean, Victor
the
isn't.
consequences of Victor being mad at you is not nearly the kind of consequence of accidentally shooting at somebody, right?
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no real Victor being mad is not like what I meant when I said that, right? Like when I say there's no consequences.
Well, what do you think the consequences should be? I mean, I feel like this is, and I'm not trying to downplay what he did, but I mean, this is kind of no different than Elgin or Sarah, right? I mean, it's like the voice is getting ready to do something. It's kind of the same thing. I'm not saying it's okay, but like,
except that he was rewarded. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that I wanted him to shoot somebody so there'd be worse consequences. I just, I
know, but I'm saying like they can't necessarily punish him either because he didn't like do it to hurt somebody.
Yes, well, he was gonna shoot somebody. Like, yes, I mean, there's a limit to saying like, oh, you didn't mean to hurt somebody. He did mean to hurt somebody. He meant to kill Victor.
Well, Sarah meant to kill Ethan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying it's sort of the same thing. It doesn't excuse it, but I'm just saying like I don't know that like they should punish him or put him in the box or something. I mean, it's not.
I guess. I mean, what Sarah almost did is horrible. Almost like she meant to kill Ethan. I'm going to say something that is like really inadequate, and I'm not going to articulate this properly, but Ethan's not her son.
You mean,
at any rate, so there's no real answer here. I agree with you that in that moment, I thought it was possible that gun would go off and maybe hit Ethan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, AJ. Let's get ready with the hate on AJ because everybody's going to hate him.
Everybody's going to hate me. I was hoping Ethan was going to get shot. Anybody's been listening to us whenever we started this stream, I hate Ethan. He annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't like Ethan.
I don't like Ethan. I know he can't. I knew he wasn't gonna. Like, I was hoping he might get shot, but not die, because the whole Lake of Tears thing. He's got some plot armor, but I wouldn't have been upset if he died. I would be like, oh, finally, this kid is fucking gone. He can't fucking keep fucking shit up.
Yeah,
I'm not an Ethan fan.
I just want to bring up something that Code Knox thinks, though, that's a good point. Is me saying like, what are they going to do with Henry? But that's a good point. Like, how do we know he wasn't going to end up like Abby? I mean, we kind of theorized that, right? So if Victor didn't stop him, he might have went around and killed a bunch of people, not just Ethan. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is because I don't think they should put him in the box, but that doesn't make it in any way okay.
Boyd doesn't have any stomach for the box. The box is not even like a thing anymore.
No, I know. I'm just using an example. I'm actually honestly kind of thinking of Negan as I say all this for some reason. And I'm thinking like, should they put him in like start putting people in the cell or whatever and leave them there or whatever. I mean, they only have one. It's kind of like Widow's Bay, right? Like they don't have a big place to put people.
I think we're well beyond the box. There's about 5 other people that should have been in there before already, and if they didn't put those. Listen, you didn't put Sarah in the box, and she tried to kill Ethan.
Yeah.
Well, Boyd has no stomach for the box. He has said he will never put anyone in the box ever again.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we know that Boyd came up with the whole box idea as a deterrent. He never actually expected it to be something he needed to do. He didn't even want to put Frank in the box. Frank's like, no, I should go in the box. Which Frank just didn't want to be around anymore because his kid and his wife are gone.
True. Hi, Marks. Welcome. He says, I feel like in these type of shows, the greatest dangers often happen from those in the group that freak out and make bad choices that could get others killed. This is definitely true. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I just, I'm kind of like, like I said, I don't know what the correct answer is, with.
Hold on a second. I'm curious. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Oh no, never mind. She shot Nikki. My bad. I forgot.
Oh yeah, Acosta shot Nikki.
Because Susie said or Acosta, but I'm like, why? What's she doing? I forgot she shot Nikki. To be fair though, Acosta didn't know the rules when she got there. She didn't know about the box.
But she also didn't mean to shoot Nikki either. I mean, it was an accident, right?
Right.
I mean,
the bullet went through the monster.
It did.
I mean, so to me, I don't really like Henry. I don't think anybody likes Henry. We're not supposed to like Henry at this point, right? Maybe there's some sympathy for him out there. I don't think Henry's a character. I don't think he's going to live. Like, I don't think Henry gets out of Frumville. I think the only way Henry can redeem himself now is by maybe sacrificing himself so that Victor can survive.
You're right. And I didn't even think of, I'm just happy to see what Scarlett wrote. I didn't think of Fatima either. We forgot about her too, right? I mean, she did kill Tilly. That's why so many people probably should have went in the box and didn't. We're past that. Yeah. Bad things happen to people in this town. Let's say that for sure. All right. So, like I said,
this is Frumville is like when you're, is like when you're on a plane and the captain comes over and he's like, we've lost all our engines, we're going down, and people start freaking out, doing things they would never do, and then the plane leaves safely, and everybody's like, I never want to look at any of you people again. Frumville's like that. Like, if whoever gets out of Frumville, they're going to lose all contact and never mention anything again.
No, that's kind of that's a good analogy. I like that. But anyway, my point was Victor punched his father in the face. He knocked the gun out of his hand. And now they're both safe. But what will happen next, between them? Like, can they get back to the way they were? I don't know. All right. And then we have Sophia going around collecting the rest of the talisman. She gets the one from the bar. And Clara has gotten the rest of them supposedly for her. Now I want to talk about all the talisman. I think personally that there are a couple that are not there. I'm surprised that Sophia didn't count them. I'm pretty sure that the talisman in the cave is buried because they didn't show the monsters picking it up either. So that's probably somewhere else. It is very, in my opinion, unlikely. Now it's possible, but unlikely that Clara would know about the talisman that was on that door in the basement of Colony House, because it seems like only Donna, Boyd, Randall, and Jade.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So you're probably right. That one is probably still there.
So my theory, what I think is going to happen is I think that there's going to be a period like where they're going to be trying to, get away and hiding in holes and stuff. But I think like at a certain point, they're going to find a talisman and be like, well, we can all stay at Colony House, just because I don't think they're going to spend the whole season doing that. So I'd like that it ups the stakes, but I don't know that we can do that every night. Like, I don't know they have time for it.
I like your thought process, but like I said, I really don't think the season's going to last long enough for it to really matter much. Like it's 10 episodes, but I think it's gonna be 2 or 3 days. Like, there's gonna be so much happening all at once because the shit has hit the fan, and everything is happening at once now, and it's gonna just be a race to the finish line.
Yeah. Well, I do like that it ups the stakes, though. I just don't know that they can have time to do it every night, was my point. But you're right. If it's only a couple of days, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it?
But I think you're right. I think that talisman's going to come into play.
Well, I think they why, and I've said this before, why introduce the door? Yeah.
Why introduce the door, Jamie? I don't know. Why introduce a golem that doesn't ever do anything?
Talismans will show up in the swimming pool.
I like that. They introduced it. I mean, I understand that they introduced the door to prove Jade right, but to me, you have a door. Somebody's got to go through it. I do think that's how they're going to exit the cave. I think they're going to end up going a different direction, and they're going to find out that it was blocked on the other side, and they're going to walk through that door.
Yeah, I agree with that.
At least I hope so, because otherwise I'm going to really be irritated by it. So, yeah, I was just the whole time like, when are they going to use the door? Aren't they going to come back through the door? And then they didn't. But hopefully we'll get that in season 5. Yeah, I do question though where the talisman are going to go. I think maybe they might.
I got to say I like the fact that she dumped them out of the bag into the tree, because it means then they're going to all go different places, as opposed to just going as opposed to throwing just the bag in and then they're all still together. I like that.
Yeah. I guess I was wondering why she would throw them in the tree of all places. Like, why not put them in the car with your bag of teeth?
You can't find them.
Because they found the teeth.
I know, AJ. You know what I mean.
I know.
I thought, oh, you put in the faraway tree. Do you have any control of where they end up, and could they be found again? Like, right? Like, is the faraway tree the like? I don't know. To me, I was just wondering why that place to dispose of them.
I think it's just so they can't find them. They don't know where they went.
Well, they don't know where they went, so they could find them. Is Karen's point.
Or they could come right in the swimming pool. Like she doesn't know. Does she know? Does she control the faraway tree? I don't know. Right?
You know what? I think it was a cool visual effect.
Yes, it was.
I think that was the entire point.
I don't know if she can control where they go through the faraway tree.
No, I don't think she can either.
Could they show up in a really convenient and useful place like Dale did?
Could.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But I agree. I think it was a good, like the way they did it, it was like exciting. But does it make sense? I don't know.
Maybe it does, and I just don't know it.
Yeah. I just assumed she wanted them so they couldn't find them. But you're right. If she didn't want them to find them, maybe that was the wrong place to put them. I don't know. Or maybe the faraway tree works differently now that the bottle tree's gone, right? I mean,
yeah.
Godnox also has a point that it's like a ritual, like everything else they're doing, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Boyd and Ellis and Fatima are ready to go into the caves. They're going to go try to find Jade and Tabitha. He gets them to agree. If anything happens, you promise you'll run and leave. And they say yes. And of course, there's no way in hell that's ever going to happen. We know this. So I don't know why he went through that. But, they promise him they will, that they'll abandon him when they won't. But yeah, they're making their way in to try to, like, Boyd's like, I like that shot. I don't know. It's just funny. It's like, you better come back. So yeah, they're going to head in. And then meanwhile, this is where Jade and Tabitha have the idea to dig with the bones.
Well,
finally smart.
It was smart, but it was also a little disturbing. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're going to feel the way I did. Not everybody agreed with me, but I thought her seeing that, like, I understand she touches things and she has her memories, fine. I just thought this scene was dumb. I did not like the thing about, this is our daughter's skull, because I don't think you could recognize the skull, and I don't know. It irritated me.
I'm with you, Jamie. I thought it was kind of dumb, too.
I thought it was kind of dumb also. Like, how can you look at a skull and you get some sort of supernatural...
This is our daughter!
Well, she does seem to see things when she touches things sometimes.
Wait. And also, she has a memory that it's her daughter, but she sees her as Ankui, not as, like, her real daughter, right? Like, I was like, I don't know. If you wanted me to
put the playing as the Ankui, that wasn't part of the memory from like the other episode, so it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like if they wanted me to have a warm and fuzzy feeling here about her looking at the skull and remembering her daughter, could I have seen a living child? I just felt like,
you know
what would have made it beshe for me is if the skull had like if there was like a crack in the skull. Because the girl in the when she sees the Ankui kid, that's her daughter. You see her like she's got there's not. There's not.
There's like a line.
She had a noticeable mark on her forehead. If they had cracked the skull in the same spot, then I could maybe be okay with it. But just her picking it up was kind of dumb.
People did bring, and I see Scarlett saying this, people though did bring up the fact, like, is it possible that that's not the Ankui version because they were supposed to be in these cells in the dark all the time? Like maybe that's what they ended up looking like. But I don't know. I just think that whole scene to me didn't play quite right. And the whole thing where she's like this, like playing with her as the Ankui, it just didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense that she could look at a skull and be like, this was her, right? Like that, like mother's intuition or whatever that was. Yeah, it was kind of dumb.
Well, she does get visions, but yeah, it just wasn't great.
Well, all the teeth are still there, right, Scarlett?
No, the other skull had teeth missing, actually. When they showed the one skull, it had teeth missing, but it wasn't her daughter.
Funny. So. And this is actually really funny that Scarlett says Tabby's having a Hamlet moment. it was actually funny because while I was watching it, Damon actually recited the line when she was holding it.
Alas, poor Yorick.
I knew him well.
Ratio, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just don't think it played out like they wanted it to. At least for
it
me.
was kind of cheesy.
No, it was supposed to make me have the feels, right? And it didn't.
Yeah, it did not.
All right. So Fatima tells them she has them wait at one point because she knows the monster's coming. She says that they know where Jade and Tabitha are, so they have to hurry, basically, is what that's about. And they get to the bars, and Boyd is able to use his gun for something that was smart this time.
They didn't need tools.
Yeah, that's true.
His gun.
And he shoots out the bars, so they're able to get out. But unfortunately, the monsters are hot on their tail, and Fatima knows it. And yeah, look, I can't say I was surprised about this in any way, but again, I still really like this scene. I also thought this scene was very sad. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? She transformed. She's like, remember me as who I was. And then she starts changing so she can protect them. And Boyd has to pull Ellis away as she does it, which I just thought was really sad. There she is as a monster.
So Fatima, like, I mean, she just got the shaft the entire season, right? Like just one bad thing after the next happens to her. And like, it's ironic that like the only way she gets control in the end is by embracing this change and becoming the creature is the only way she can like assert control over the situation or whatever. Do you guys think that she is 100% permanently turned and her role next season is just to be like, I don't know, like it's just that much worse for Boyd and Ellis when the monsters come out? Or do you think she may retain some level of consciousness and control over herself?
I think she's a hybrid.
Yeah, I think there's something that she's going to be able to still help them. I mean, can she go with them back to Colony House? I don't know. Maybe she can. Maybe she'll show up and they won't tell anybody what happened. Who knows? I mean, I could see that happening the way they are, right? Like the whole thing with Tilly, like they could completely just lie about it. Like I said, I don't really have a reason other than, to me, that's a more interesting story. Like Fatima now being a monster and we never see her again, or she's evil and she's not part of the story. That to me is not as interesting. And that's my whole reasoning. It's not a good reasoning, but it is my reason.
Yeah.
You know what actually would be really, I don't see it happening because there's just not enough time left. But it'd be really funny if like she does change back human looking and she goes back to the house, Colony House and everything. And they they remember there's a talisman downstairs and they put it on the front door and they're like, come on, hurry up. Fatima, come in the house. And she's like, I can't.
Like a vampire, like Angel not being able to go in Buffy's house.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it happening. Look, she's not my favorite character. I don't really mind if she's just gone now and becomes a monster. I think there is a certain things they can do storytelling wise with her being just with like Boyd and Ellis having to deal with this. I guess if she is a hybrid, like why her and not other people who've become monsters? Like we've talked about.
We still don't know the complete rules. Like we know she became a monster because she birthed a monster. We don't know what the deal is with the rest of the monsters. So
right.
I don't have enough information to
That's why I think she could be like the Kimono Woman, and that it's like that Kimono Woman's something else because we don't really know
the Kimono Woman is definitely something else.
Okay, she's something else, but she's not a force for working in favor of the residents.
No, but that doesn't mean Fatima couldn't be. I'm just saying, like, what is she? I don't know. I just think that Fatima is something else.
She's kind of boring. I don't really mind her being gone. Honestly, there's too many characters. I still stand by that there were too many characters and we needed some to be gone. So, like,
yeah, there were too many characters. I will give you that. I think that they need to get rid of a bunch of them. It's hard because, like I said, I say that thinking I don't want any of the main characters to die, but they really do need to get rid of some of the characters. So
Don't worry, Boyd will die next season.
Boyd may die, but if Boyd dies, it's not going to be till the end.
Oh, I think Boyd will. Yeah, but we can talk about
Boyd dies either in the finale or the next to last.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, for now, she's a monster. And yeah, I hope that we haven't seen the last of her. Have we? I don't know.
Did you really like her and hope to see her back?
I mean, I wouldn't say her character's my favorite, but like, I think the storyline's interesting, and that one of them could be a monster and be like a mole on their side, kind of almost, right? Like that to me is interesting. Although I still question, I've said this before, and I know most people think I'm nuts. I still think that maybe she's becoming a monster and Smiley's becoming a little human. And not that I think Smiley's going to become good. I don't mean that. But that maybe like in the end, he could help them out or something for whatever reason. Like maybe he ends up protecting her or something. Like I don't know. Oh, I know it's weird. But that's what I thought.
Jamie, before. I agree with people who think you're nuts.
You, Gary.
You said some people think you're nuts, right?
No, I know. I don't know why I've even thought that. That just has been my theory since episode 7. But we'll see.
Actually, hold on. I forgot to mention this before. I'm gonna put it up because Scarlett said something similar. Kenny will reconnect with Christy. After Marielle died, I said the same thing. I was like, Kenny's got a shot.
Yeah, too soon.
No, it's not. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, that's the end of that part. Either way, we won't find that out for quite a while. So.
And now the little.
All right. So then we have the stuff with the Sophia and the boy in white, and we find out they do know each other. And
actually, no, she says you're all grown up.
She makes a comment about him being all grown up. We already know about that. They go towards the faraway tree, and he tells her that the townspeople have the bones, and she's like, but the bottle tree is gone. And he's like, you're gonna lose this time, and she says, I've always admired your optimism.
He says you're not. He says you're not gonna win this time around.
Okay.
So I 100% immediately thought of Lost. This was Jacob and the Man in Black, 100% to me, right? And I really thought of that scene of them together saying like they only like succeed once, everything else is progress. What is that line from Lost? Everything else is progress.
It only ends once, everything else is progress.
Right? Yeah. Like that's what they said in Lost, and that is kind of like what this is. It only ends once, everything else is progress.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to say the same thing I said last night. I know a lot of people think it's a lot like Lost. I think it feels like they're going that direction, which at first irritated me. But then I thought about it, and you have to remember that regardless of Lost, good versus evil is a trope that Lost was playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it doesn't necessarily mean it's Lost just because it's
we might refer to it.
We're saying it's Lost. We're saying that these writers have
worked on Lost.
many television and film writers have themes they revisit, right?
Yeah. Well, either way, it does feel like it because it seems like they're playing a game, and it does definitely bring up the Man in Black and the Man in White. But my point is, I'm trying to tell myself that it doesn't necessarily mean that it is,
it's not. I mean,
good versus evil.
Jamie, we're not saying that it's going to be exactly the same as Lost at the end.
No, I know. I'm just saying that I thought when I first
they're not all going to meet
for that reason is what I'm saying, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Yeah.
Wait, mean what?
Yeah, I mean it's a good versus evil trope. It's not new.
Right. But no, I'm saying like them playing a game together, like it made me think like, oh, they're doing the same thing. And I'm just saying that doesn't mean they are. And you're agreeing with me. I'm just saying that's why I told myself that. And I try to remember that, it's not.
I mean, I think it's more than I wouldn't know that I would call it a game. I think the stakes are more serious for these two than it being a game between them.
Well, maybe the Man in Yellow, it's a game, but it's definitely more personal for the Boy in White, I would think.
More realistic, yeah. Okay, you're right. For Sophia, it does seem to be like a game that it takes great enjoyment from.
Something that it enjoys, and like scaring people so their livers taste better.
Yeah.
I don't think the both of them are stuck there, though. I know a lot of people do. What do you think about that? Like, do you think that the Man in Yellow and the Boy in White are trying to leave too?
No.
I've heard that quite a few times.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they can.
I think they live there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if they break the curse, they might just stop existing.
Yeah. I like wrong thing. It feels very Fae-like to me. A lot of people have said Fae, and I sometimes see that too. I don't know a whole lot about this kind of lore, but other than Lost Girl, which you probably know. But yeah, I don't know. But I like Neo's thing. I wonder if I'd like it more if they were working together. I kind of wonder that too. Like if you found out that the Boy in White was actually on the other side, that might have been more interesting. I don't know. I don't know that it makes sense.
It wouldn't make any sense.
It would be like a oh shit moment, right?
Yeah, but an oh shit moment for the sake of an oh shit moment.
True. It's not a thing. That's true. Very true.
I mean, if you guys are frequent watchers of our shows that we do here, you know that I am no fan. One of the things I hate most is an overpowered villain where it appears that the hero has no chance and can never get a win, right? Until some ridiculous thing, the climax. It's a particular pet peeve of mine with superhero movies, but whatever. And so for the Boy in White to turn out to be also ganging up on them, to me, would be one of these situations where it's kind of too much, and it starts to be hard to believe that our heroes can ever get anywhere.
Yeah, I see that. And like I said, I don't know that would make sense, but I do think it would have been an exciting thing. But yeah, I don't know how that would make sense, so I don't know. But
there has to be some way for them to get a break, right? That's why we watch it.
Well, we know we pretty much know for sure, again, another answer. We do know, it seems like for sure, that the Boy in White is on their side now. That to me was kind of a confirmation, they're, they're against each other, which
saying to Sophia, you're not going to win this time.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
You're right. But my point is that's another confirmation we got, another answer we got that people seem to forget.
So after I told you guys this in chat, but something that really annoyed me. I mean, this is why I stay off the internet. And I even, if I even see anything that has "from" in the title, I just close the screen and move on to something else, whatever. But I went online after I watched the finale, and all those videos of the leak were spot on. Well, I don't know about all of them.
See, I didn't see videos of leak. I seen people that wrote down all the plot points of the finale, which was annoying.
There was video a week before the episode, the title of the YouTube video was possible from leaks, and it was Elgin's death and Fatima turning and when and how. People need to do a better job. That really fucking annoys me when shit like that happens. Anytime I see something like that, it reminds me of season 3 of Lost's finale when somebody leaked the script.
Yes. And you're right, Scarlett. But that, to be fair, that was from the trailer. At least it wasn't a leak.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch trailers too, though.
No. I'm just talking about
departments suck.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they need to stop. But look, like I said, I feel like this season it was a little better because there was both. I saw the whole plot point of the finale go out. I saw that before, a couple of weeks before. But I also saw AI pictures that were totally bogus of things happening.
I'm sure there was. Yeah, I'm sure there was bogus stuff too. But
yeah, because I saw these screenshots that they were done. They really looked like screenshots of the Man in Yellow being in. I forget what I said it was, being impaled by a tree or something. It was either way. It was totally not real. So I don't know. I looked at it as at least people didn't know what was real and what wasn't real, that it was a little bit not just all leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's
that
always
just
going to be
goes to show why I stay away from all of it.
No, I get it.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
All right. We have I think there's still 3 things we had started. We probably went over them. Yeah, I don't know that we kind of covered this stuff. That wasn't anything in particular. I was just looking to see what it was. I know we didn't get to everybody's comments. Some of them I put up. We just kind of, at least I put up.
I was gonna yell at Fletch, but he left.
Oh, well, Fletch was right about a lot. Like I said, credit there. All right. Well, if anybody doesn't have anything else, I think we went through the whole episode. Please, guys, make sure you do take a minute to like the stream. I know not everybody watched.
More people like the stream because there's more people watching than liking.
Yes, so please take time to like it. Hype it if you can, or hype our deep dive, or hype one of the interviews. Actually, hype one of the interviews is probably the best thing. And the interview with Kaylin and Nathan will be out now for everybody. So make sure you check that out.
Who are Kaylin and Nathan?
Elgin and Marielle.
Yay.
And the one with Pega, who plays Fatima, is also up. And of course, if you missed it, there's also the interview with the producers talking about Clara, and the ones with Julia Doyle, who plays Sophia. Those are all up on our video tab that you can find. And we're still hoping to get Jamie Maguire. It was supposed to happen, so we'll see how that goes. Who plays Smiley, of course. And I'm still, fingers crossed about the producers. Hoping we'll keep trying, even though the show's over. We'll keep trying. So yeah, just go to Discord and stay tuned, and all the information goes on there, so you can get all the updates. Other than that, tomorrow we have Lestat and Star City and House of the Dragon. So make sure you guys tune into that at 10 Eastern. And then we have our watch party.
That's a Karen and AJ show. You don't watch any of those.
I watch Lestat.
Oh, you watch Lestat. That's right. You watch Lestat.
Yeah, I watch Lestat. And then Thursday at 9 Eastern, we have our watch party in Discord for Widow's Bay finale, and the Widow's Bay finale deep dive at 11. That has been rescheduled twice. So we will finally finish that this week. And then we have, Silo and the Librarians coming up soon too. So yeah.
Jamie.
Yes.
Silo is this week. Silo is on Friday, which means next Monday is our Silo show.
Okay, then we will be talking about that next week. I didn't realize
we have a standalone show for Silo.
Yeah, we're gonna. Is that what we're doing Monday? I couldn't remember if we had.
Well, I assumed. I thought that was the plan since From was ending. We were just gonna.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Well, then I guess next Monday we'll be here probably the same time. Just look to Discord for sure for the details. But yeah, we'll probably be Silo next Monday. Widow's Bay was awesome, Marks. I would love Widow's Bay. I'm excited to see a second season of that. I know it's probably going to be a while with Apple, but eventually. And of course, the Dark Matter is coming back. I think August.
Not so August.
Yeah, so that's coming back too.
No, I lied. September 1st. September?
I thought it was. I did think it was August. Okay, sorry, September. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
We got stuff. Over the next couple months, we're gonna have stuff dropping off, and then the following week something jumping on. Like we've got Star Trek coming.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. Great.
All right. So I'll see everybody tomorrow night.
Joining us. Yeah, we'll see you. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, all.
Good night. Bye. Thank you for coming.